Alright, so Theo, why don't you give us a quick recap?
We took a few days working our way northwards, with Bell, Donnie, and Betha leading the way. On our second night, Bell stumbled across a tree with strange plants growing on it. Turned out they were rare snow flowers, a rare herb that could be used for cold-related potions and something else. Um, Whenever we got to the lumber camp, we saw that there weren't any fires, letting us know something bad had happened. Z sent Nettle to scout the area. Could see giants, but no signs of people. We headed into the camp. Belle and I tried to break off and be a bit more sneaky until Donnie went, while we were still setting up. And
Somebody said something to me. It wasn't just me.
Uh huh.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. Donnie shouts at Uncommon and Giant, gets their attentions, and couldn't understand the conversation going, but it seemed it was going good based on the smile on Donnie's face until a fight broke out. And then we started wrecking Giant ass.
Phrasing.
There was quite a bit of fighting. So I think we had ended where we just finished the fight, right?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't think anything else happened. I'm trying to recall, but I think we literally finished just.
Yeah, I think
we were
just
running a
finished.
little late and just kind of like, okay,
What
done.
what am I concentrating on?
In fact, I don't even know if we knew if the fight was over. That's how.
Yeah. I think we'd killed the last one, but weren't like. Yeah.
What are you concentrating on? I'm not sure.
Oh, the bears.
Spiritual weapon?
No, that does not require concentration.
The bears.
The totem does not require concentration.
Bears?
Oh yes, bears.
I said that 3 times. Am I muted?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. Sometimes if we speak at the same time, sometimes only one voice comes through. I've noticed that a number of times when I listen to the recordings back on
Donnie's
Twitch.
like obsessed with the bears right now.
Yeah, I needed to zoom out. I was like zoomed in over here, and so as soon as you said that, I moved over on the map. I'm like, the bears.
A wounded Donnie is snuggling with the surviving bears.
He's not wounded. He's just frowning.
Oh, you got knocked unconscious, didn't you get exhaustion?
I did, but that doesn't mean wounded. He's frowning.
Fine, frowning.
I already use. Oh, okay. I have not used the bandages, so I guess we like just finished the battle, huh?
Yeah, we just finished.
All right, I will do some bandaging.
All right.
So, kind of looking around, we're not hearing or seeing anything, right, Lou? There's no other giants on the horizon?
Currently, it seems quiet. It doesn't look like anyone else is coming.
That was fun. Can we have another? Donnie says.
I think we need to look for that guide.
Yes, we should look around and see if there are any survivors.
Okay, I'll go see if there's any weapons first. Donnie.
Nat'll take a quick loop around and see if you can spot anyone. Anyone who's not... Well, actually, if they're giants as well.
Thank you very much, Betha.
So I'll send Nettle to do a bit of a circle.
Okay, so you send out Nettle to take a look. Nettle starts flying around the camp. What's Nettle's perception?
Well, he... no, he doesn't. Un momento, per favore. It is...
Would his owl bonus thing still be going?
No, that's what I was thinking. It's +3, so,
I thought he always had bonus to visual perception.
Yeah, I think
he's
they
got
have
a passive
advantage.
perception of 13, but he's got 12 wisdom and +3 perception. He has keen hearing and sight, so he has advantage on wisdom and sight. Do you want me to just roll it?
It would just be +5 to his
yeah,
passive.
it would be the so it would be 18, I believe, for sight based or sight and hearing, right? Did you say?
That was just wisdom. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll roll it again because it's advantage.
All right.
There you go. 21.
So Nettle's flying around the camp. What is everyone else doing?
Donnie is searching the bodies for anything of either value or interesting weapons.
So the giants
Also searching.
have two-handed axes, which are way too big for you to wield.
Challenge accepted.
They have some pouches on them, which are basically like sacks to you. If you start going through them, it looks like they have gold in some of these sacks. You come upon probably several hundred, probably 218 gold pieces. It looks like they're Dwarven Empire currency.
Okay. Zelia, feel free to add that to the inventory. I'm not
That's
taking anything
total.
for myself.
I'm sorry, what was the total?
218.
218 gold pieces, Dwarven, or not, well, I should just use the Empire name. It is Drogoth Empire currency.
214?
18.
218. Alright, thank you.
And you would find one of them has a diamond that you would guess is worth about 400 gold pieces.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, cool. And nothing. I would ask Theo, kind of, any of these weapons like magical?
Let me see if I can check real fast. Do we have time for me to ritual cast, or should I go ahead and cast?
Probably have time to ritual cast.
Alright, I'll go ahead and start ritual casting Detect Magic so I can check them all out.
All right. Chevro's kind of walking around, staying close and checking out some of the houses.
You want me to put that diamond into inventory too, or you're going to hang on to that?
Yeah, no, I'll indicate if I don't, but yeah, good. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
So go ahead and put it in inventory. And then, Lou, I would also, we don't need to RP all of it, but I'd quickly ask Domac, any thoughts on these guys? Any like, jog any memories of big bad, uglies up in these hills from where you come from?
Says I've fought many giants. They're often the enemy of the dwarves as they share mountainous terrains. Frost giants are very dangerous. Usually pretty aggressive, depending on the tribe.
These weren't very dangerous, and I kicked the guy's head that I chopped off earlier.
He says, well, you had a larger force versus a smaller one, but they can be.
I count same numbers, actually. I think they had more numbers. But anyway, moving on. Dumbax.
He says, what exactly are you looking to find out?
Well, again, I'm still looking for your home. You want to go to your home, don't you? Balls want to go to their home.
He says,
I was just thinking Adam Sandler.
Yep.
That was the reference I was going for, and I wasn't sure if any of you got it, so I laid it on
yeah.
a little
Good
thicker.
for your home.
are you talking
Don't you want
about?
to go home?
Are you talking about the heavens?
No, I was, sorry, let me pull up his character sheet again, just to make sure I'm getting the right. We've discovered that he, basically I'm looking for the home of Arcthane.
Where the spirit came from?
Yeah.
Well, Arcthane.
Or sorry, the Lighthammer family.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Arcthane is of the heavens, but
Yeah, but I was still interested in finding the origin. Like I understand the transition he went into Arcthane and the gods, but I was still really, and I don't expect anything to come of it, but I was just kind of interested in the Lighthammer family and their home here in the north, supposedly somewhere.
oh, you mean the royal family of the last cycle?
Exactly.
But
Because again,
he wasn't a Lighthammer though.
he was constructed by them, wasn't he?
Or carried by one of them,
He
I
was
think.
carried by one.
Oh
of
yeah,
them,
he was
but
carried by one of them.
He was
sorry.
originally wielded by an angel.
Yep.
Or wait, no, sorry. He was originally.
Sorry, I have all of these in my notes. I just need to reread it to remember. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I think the group was currently headed towards the Rune Master base.
Yes,
That
they
was
are.
the-
I'm just yeah, this is me,
We-
Donnie. But anyway, we can.
With Dunny and Arcthane, we did use Legend Lore, find out the name of the spirit inside of there, and figured out if he can remember more, it will unlock some of its potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that
Well,
would
we know.
require a trip to the heavens, I believe.
Yeah, we
Oh.
decided that it was going to require a plan or travel to do that.
Yeah. So at this point, it's just more looking for the towers.
Yeah, and this is more.
Oh, that's what I was looking up.
Yeah, yeah, he gets if I can awaken him, he gets an extra 2d6 in various situations. But this was more Donnie, given his own history, has become a little bit obsessed of the history of the light hand, like what can be still discovered in this plane.
Fair enough.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But no, and that's just really in delaying of recognizing that the planner travel stuff, we've got to go and kill evil bad dude first before we can go and find, or Donnie can go and find the whatever realm it was that Arcthane lived on, because it was a different plane. I can't remember which one it was. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So your owl returns, flies down and lands on your shoulder, but it did not see anything it needs to report. It basically just tell you that the area seems clear. Lots of destruction and some dead people, but no more enemies.
Russell couldn't find anyone. Perhaps we should search build the buildings to do a bit of house to house.
Could also just, yell.
Chevreau says, I think I found some bunks over here, but there's no one in them. It seems empty. We should...
You mean a bunk house?
Yes, it looks like some sort of dwelling. No fire going or anything, so I don't think anyone has been here, maybe for several days or so.
Right.
Right, so you want to just spend some time and really search the slumber camp, or is there something else you want to do?
Towards the exits, we could see if there are any not giant-shaped footprints to see if any survivors are let off somewhere, or everybody might have been ate.
So give me probably investigation or perception to search around this place to see what you can figure out.
Just do a quick.
Okay. So you do find lots of signs of passage, mostly from giants. There are some bodies that you discover. It looks like they've been here, or they've probably been dead for a while, as they're mostly frozen. There's also signs of maybe people who've been dragged away for whatever reason. You would find a large bonfire that is no longer burning, but lots of bones around it. Maybe they had a feast over here. Ate some people.
Can I try doing ascending to Boulder Bottom? I'm familiar with him.
You haven't met him, but you've heard of him. I guess, can you link sending? So you're going to cast it and attempt to communicate?
Yeah.
Turns out you get another person with the exact same name.
What are the odds?
It's a bunch, some dwarf in, like, Mississippi.
But she's not familiar with him.
Who's this? Oh, wrong number.
True,
What you
I'm not
want?
familiar with him.
Who's this guy? So you think you probably would have to know more about him to use sending. I would assume familiar would probably be... I mean, if you met him, it's very easy, but just knowing his name, I don't know if you could do it. At least that's what I would think with familiar, so... it probably wouldn't help you. That said, what is the highest perception in the group passive?
I have actually a quick question.
Yeah.
It says that the target recognizes you as the sender if it knows you. Why would they specify that if it wasn't possible to cast the spell on someone you don't know?
It is supposed to
That is a
be
good point.
familiar, like,
Well, you could
but
know
it's
them.
a DM call.
I would
Yeah,
say
no,
you
I
could
gotcha. I
know
was
them
just
without
curious,
them knowing you. Like, for example, if
True.
you were,
Oh, if you've heard
So
of
if you
them,
stalk
like
them?
if you've seen them in the streets or something.
You
or yeah, I
stalk
would
them.
say.
Stalker.
I mean, if
Who's
they're like
this?
if they're like a
Hey
mark
there.
or something like that, and you've spent
Gotcha.
like a couple
Okay,
of
I was
days
just
trying
Yeah,
to
I
figure
did
out
look it
curious.
who
up,
they are,
and the hive mind thought that it was possible, but it's a total DM call, so that's fine.
no, yeah, I was curious about the wording in the spell because sometimes like words that are a little odd like that have a purpose in these spells, you know.
Yeah. So sorry, what did you say your passive perception was? I think it's Beldani, right? You have the highest.
Yep,
Probably.
with 20.
20. All right. So as you're kind of walking through the camp, looking around, you're looking at this bonfire or former bonfire with all these kind of bones laying about. A voice would say, "Hey, you there?"
I turn and look. I'm assuming this voice is clearly external and not like a message being sent into my head.
Yes, it's a whisper that you hear from a tree behind you. It says, "You, elf." Turning
I
around,
will.
you would see, looks like someone standing behind a tree nearby, hiding within kind of the snowy area.
If
Come
you
here.
are foes to the giants, you have nothing to fear from us.
Give me a persuasion check. Okay. He says, "Oh, well, it's good to hear." He stands up, kind of still keeping himself back a bit. He says, "Friends," and now you would all hear him. And you would see a dwarf standing there. Chevreau walks kind of up a bit and says, "Ah, Raldo." He says, "Chevreau, what are you doing here?" He says, "I've come to help you. The family sent me. We were worried when we didn't hear from you at the last group that came in." He says, "Well, as you can see, there's been some problems." "Who are all these people?"
I'm Donnie,
We are Tabula Rasa.
and the Table Smashers.
Say hello in Dwarvish.
Indeed.
I haven't heard of you. You like those Asli's Avengers, some mercenary group?
Not
You might have
since
heard of my
better.
arm wrestling league.
Well, I owe you all. Thank you for coming up north and distracting the giants. They've been walking around here, and I've kind of been stuck in the middle of the town trying to figure out a way to get out of here, but you all made that a lot easier.
Do you think there are any other survivors?
I wouldn't... Well, if there are, they probably already ran off into the woods somewhere. The giants sort of came out of nowhere. I was getting ready to leave a couple of days ago, and that's when the attack happened. He says,
Do you have any way of signaling the all clear, like bell or anything?
No, not really. I was only visiting this camp. I'm not a regular here. It's mostly just workers from Dazoric. You know, I think there is a bell somewhere around here, though. A dinner bell or something. Guess I could look around, see if I could ring that. Maybe it'll bring some people back from the woods. Yeah, let me go work on that. He says, I want to thank you all before you leave, though, so don't go anywhere just yet.
Or did we get this guy's name?
This is Raldo.
It's
Raldo.
Raldo.
Yeah, this is Boulder Bottom.
Sorry, I was
we-
distracted by.
Should we take a quick breather before we ring the dinner bell?
Why?
It's always good to rest up before dinner.
On us, I suppose.
Because you kind of look
You
like
look
shit,
metal.
Donnie.
Donnie frowns a little harder at you.
Sorry, so I missed a little bit there. Did we tell him we were looking for him?
I don't think
We
so, not yet.
Chevreau
He basically...
Chevreau said that we were here to help him.
Yeah, Chevreau told him that the group was here because
It was
he
a
went
rescue
missing.
mission.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned that you might need him to guide you anywhere yet. Chevreau
Right.
didn't say anything about that.
Well, Donnie, if you don't want to take a brief respite, I certainly could. I'm not feeling so well after that.
Here, why don't if you all want to take a break, and I wouldn't mind coming with you. Maybe I could make you some lunch or something. We should probably take cover in one of the buildings so we can get out of the cold. I know I've been freezing my ass off for days.
Kind of warm here. I like
Sounds
it.
like you've been through quite an ordeal. Do you have provisions? Do you need food or anything?
Is he wearing cold weather gear?
He is, yeah.
Okay,
He's
good.
got a big,
He's in his pajamas.
big old cloak on. He's in his like underwear pajamas with the butt flap. No, he's got a big old cloak on, and he's got a bunch of skins. He says, but even with all this, even with all the skins, I'd much prefer the warmth of a fire. Come on, let's go inside. I'll make you a stew.
Ooh, stew.
Very well.
So it's about 10 o'clock at this point. He brings you into one of the buildings and starts a fire with the wood that's in the fireplace and starts cooking. I assume you're just going to take an hour here to rest.
Yeah,
Ask him if he wants help with the stew.
Did you finish your detect magic and discover if anything was there?
I do have detect magic going, Lou.
So none of the items were magical on the giants.
Anything glowing on Boulder Bottom?
Boulder Bottom has a crossbow that's glowing. He also has a battle axe on his back that's glowing, and something in his backpack. There are several things that are glowing.
And I'm guessing Chevreau glows as bright as I do.
Yeah, he's got a couple of things as well.
A couple of things.
So once Boulder Bottom gets settled down, assuming he does with us, I would like to make sure Ivor's close by. And if they both are together, I will say, Master Boulder Bottom, we actually were seeking you before we heard that you were trapped here.
Oh, why is that? He says.
And then
he's
I'll look
cooking
at
up the
Ivor.
stew.
Well, to be quite frank, we've sort of come to the north in pursuit of some ruins which we believe to be in the Westwood Mountains. We came to Zurich in search of a guide, and after some inquiry about town, we heard that you were the best, and no other will do. So we thought to procure your services, and no sooner did we decide that you were our man than Chevreau told us that shit might have gone sideways. So we came to see what we could do to straighten things out.
He says, yeah, I suppose it's the least I can do for you. You did save my ass. So, where are you looking to go? He said, to the northwest, into the...
Have you heard of the Rune
pull out
Master
my-
Tower?
into the, what is it, Drogoth Empire? You need
Pull out
passage?
my map and hand it to Ivor.
And I will take the map and point it out, and I'll say, we believe it is not quite the Drogoth Empire, but something just a bit south of it, if I'm not mistaken. But you would know better than I. This here is the location that we believe the ruins to be.
He looks at the map. He says, do you mean the Varafell mountain range?
Perhaps, yes.
He says, what are you, suicidal? No one goes there. It's a dangerous
In-
place.
In fact, we are.
Sounds like a good place to go.
What's dangerous about it?
He says that's where all the Frost Giant clans are. Until
You mean
recently...
these dead ones?
He says, yes, but much, much more. As well as dragon. There's a white dragon in those mountain ranges. An older one.
How old would you say that this dragon is?
He says, I don't know. He's been there since I was a wee lad. Legends of the dangers of that place date back to, well, as I said, when I was young. Why would you want to go to such a place?
We do need another dragon horde.
Search, primarily.
Truth be told, we're all kind of lackeys of the professor here, and she has some very important research that needs to be done in those ruins.
He says, I've only gone to the Verifel a couple of times, mostly in my youth. He says, I went there with a group of friends, lost them all, and I haven't been back there since. I do know the area, but it's not a trip you should undertake lightly. Are you sure you could handle those sort of dangers? Wyverns, a dragon, ice giants. Is it really worth it?
Pull out my dragon bones, put them on the table.
I assure you we don't undertake it lightly. Have you seen what we're able to do? I'll point at the bodies outside. Of course, we don't seek a fight, but it's knowledge that we seek, but
And a little bit of a fight.
we can handle ourselves. I assure you.
And by contrast, we are not necessarily arrogant either. Is there anything that you can tell us about?
A little arrogant.
Perhaps a little bit arrogant. Is there anything that you can tell us about how best we should prepare for a venture like this, apart from the provisions we've already made in the way of cold weather, clothing, etc.?
He says, well, definitely you want provisions, rope, pitons, as much as you can carry.
Rope?
We're not going to be taking any animals in there, I assume. No horses or anything.
I got a horse
Bear
in my
still
pocket.
alive?
Huh?
Are the bears still up?
I mean, they've been hanging out, but they're going to poof away soon.
Oh, the bears though!
We can always bring them back.
Took a long time before she brought them back.
He says, so, actually, this whole attack is very suspicious. This is the first time giants have been seen outside the mountain range for over a decade, I think. And did you see those giants? There was something wrong with them.
We're talking about the ones with several heads.
Yes, they're all distorted, and it seemed like they were growing other parts on them. Do you know anything about that?
Usually they're
Magic
much easier to
types?
talk to. They're much more
To ask
reasonable.
you if you knew anything about it. Is it common in these parts to have such aberrations?
Who are you asking?
Boulder Bottom, not Donnie.
He says, well, as I
Hey,
said, the
Donnie doesn't know.
giants, I haven't seen a frost giant outside the mountain ranges for quite some time. I mean, we get some hill giants every now and then, but frost giants are, yeah, this is something that hasn't been seen in, as I said, close to a decade now.
This is
Nature might tell you something, or religion, both a disadvantage.
Anybody who's
I'm back. I got nature.
20. So Betha, you have training, right?
Jesus,
Yeah.
20 with a diss.
So you,
What?
Look at
I got
that.
26.
He's got 26.
Jesus Christ.
I'm good at plants and other nature things.
Apparently.
I like drugs.
So you know
Did you say you
that-
like drugs?
Yup. Theo's whole, that's how he got good at nature. He figured out which ones are
Eat mushrooms.
edible.
Smoke weed every day.
So you haven't seen frost giants before, most likely, but you remember reading about a god known as Vaprak, a ferocious god of strength and hunger, which is often one worshipped by ogres and trolls. And you remember reading about these ceremonies that would happen where Vaprak would take favor with a particularly powerful frost giant, send a troll to that frost giant, and the frost giant would eat the troll to gain power and strength and become immortal. But over time, they start to warp because of the regenerative nature of the troll that kind of twists their form. So these are kind of like abominations. Over time, they become like they go from being leaders of their powerful communities to outcasts who are discovered as being these worshippers of this dark god, and they're usually just either killed or cast out. You've never seen this many in one place, though. It's usually like one or two, like living off by themselves because they've been cast out of their frost giant clan, at least from what you remember reading.
So there's a god who's feeding trolls to the giants, making them grow extra heads and stuff. And then Thea would go into actual details of it.
Yeah,
Well,
Well, that's
maybe
fucking disgusting.
evil god known as Vaprak.
maybe since this area is avoided by most travelers, maybe this has been going on for a while, and that would explain the numbers if it's been going unchecked.
Well, normally giant civilizations will outcast any who follow that god. It's kind of a taboo for them.
Isn't it
Interesting.
back? How do you spell it?
Here, I'll just give you a little passage.
Thanks.
Something tells me that if something
Wait, like
this-
the Troll King? That's what my brain goes to. Back in Isaac days, we had the Troll King chasing us with a hell of a lot of heads.
Yeah.
Vaprak.
He certainly could have been a worshipper of Vaprak.
That's fascinating that it convinces trolls to be like, nah, go get 8 alive. You'll be okay.
The trolls worship it as a deity, so they generally see
be
it
an
as
honor.
a weird honor. Yeah,
oh my god, I get to get sacrificed,
yeah.
basically.
Yay, I'm the chosen one!
Well, perhaps if there is something untoward going on with frost giants that has caused them to break a treaty, well, not the main ones, but at least the outcasts, perhaps it is the source of it is to be found in the Western Mountains. If you say that that is home to the frost giants themselves, perhaps whatever we mean to do can be done alongside preventing any further incursions of these frost giant what is the word for like
Fanatic.
extremists?
Extremist.
Zealot?
Oh, zealots.
Extremists.
Extremists.
Yes, and if the majority of the giant population does not like these corrupted zealots, then there is possibly room for some sort of treaty there if we are able to prove ourselves or get any of them to talk to us before attacking.
With there being so many that have gone through the religious process, it might be we're dealing with a larger overall corruption up here.
Perhaps.
Something might be affecting. If there's any sentient mist, 20 gold, there's sentient mist up here.
Well, either it is a small well, not necessarily small, but it is a fraction of their number, and we can perhaps ingratiate ourselves with the larger, or it is all of them. In either case, perhaps it is something that we can deal with as we move towards our own goals. I think in the long run, this will similarly ingratiate us with the people of Dazoric, and I think that would also be valuable.
Well, if more of these things are going to be coming, then yeah, they're not going to be able to do any lumbering with a forest full of deadly giants. But
You mean dead giants, right?
There's
Well,
more somewhere, Donnie.
Or about if we make them dead, yes. If we don't, then this will continue.
Obviously, we can't make promises as to your safety, but we can assure you that we would take all precautions to try to ensure it.
alright, so up to 2 of you give me persuasion checks from this conversation. Those who've been talking.
Not it.
So,
I do
I'm
a
a-
inti-
Well,
Can I do
Donnie.
Can I do an intimidation check from my commentary?
Well, you didn't really
You're trying
sound like
to,
you
you're
were
trying to
trying
scare
to...
Boulder Bottom?
Yeah, I didn't get the feeling
you know-
like you were trying to intimidate him. You were more just
Well-
saying we're badasses.
Yeah, I guess that's persuasion. I always
Maybe
thought
more-
of intimidation also as a form of not like necessarily scaring intimidation, but as a like, oh man, this guy's badass.
No, that's more persuasion. Intimidation's more like do
Okay.
this or else. Like that's more the.
That's fine. And
intimidation.
I will not
Question.
roll.
would my background with dwarves liking me a lot affect this at all?
How does it read?
Yeah, let me see the
background?
background. I don't think you mentioned anything about that to him, though.
No, I just have the favor of the stout folk.
I think it only really pertains to room and board.
Oh, that did think any of it. Hang on. Yeah. But if they're willing to literally fight each other to see who puts me up, it might get some
Don't you have a
goodness on
face in your
persuasion.
group?
What was the question?
I said, don't you have a face in your group?
There
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
But if 2 people can roll, might want to see if it can help out.
That would probably be more in civilization than just out here
Alright.
in the wilds.
All right.
He's not a fancy enough dwarf.
Yeah, he's rugged as fuck. I'm
Awesome.
gonna use an inspiration for
He's
mine.
he's not a crafter. Alright, go ahead. Alright, there you go.
And
So-
also,
go
just to really drive it home, just to see if we can get the absolute highest level of. Oh shit! When the fuck did I use that? Okay, never mind. I used it. I don't know when, but I did.
Flash of genius. +4.
Hey.
Alright, well, he says, well, I do owe you for saving me. If you think you can handle the trip, we can attempt it. Although I'm telling you, if things start to go poorly, I'm going to turn the expedition around. Because the Verifel Mountains is, that's where you go to die if you're not careful.
Well, we
We-
tend to be careful.
Alright. Do you have everything you need?
We could probably stock up on some more rope and pittance, to be completely honest.
He says, yeah, there's probably some in the camp still.
I'll start looking for those as soon as we finish this rest.
And if you have any suggestions for things that we don't already have, we would be all ears.
I only got 2 ears, not all. Sorry, I'll stop with snide comments.
I'm gonna look around and see if I can find any survivors. I think we should take some time here, see if we can find supplies, and then maybe start our trip. He says, I was gonna go back to Dazoric first, but I don't have to. If he
Perhaps,
says, if you're all ready, we can leave from here.
perhaps we can leave them a missive. I don't know if we have a way to send them one necessarily, but if they come looking, which I'm sure they will, we can outline precisely what has happened and precisely what we are doing.
He nods.
I could send a message back to your people. I mean, there were a few people that I met there in Dazoric that I could probably alert, such as the bartender at the Snowy Owl. Snowy Owl?
Yeah.
I could send a message and ask him to relay it to someone.
Well,
Chevreau, do you would trust this bartender? Would this be a good use of a connection like this? To let him know, to let somebody else know what has happened?
he says, well, perhaps we should look around and see if there are any survivors. Maybe we can send word back with them.
Ah,
But
I will help you look.
I do trust the bartender at what was it called? At the
the Snowy Owl.
Snowy Owl. He is a good person. I'm sure he can deliver the message to the noble families and maybe maybe have them wait. Actually, I don't know if they should send more people up just yet, or at least send scouts.
I agree. I think that whether we relay the message through the bartender or through some survivors, I think that information is useful and backup would probably be less useful. I think they are likely to get themselves killed.
Indeed.
Nods, and Chevreau says, and of course, Raldo, I shall pay you for your services to the Tabula Rasa here. He nods. He says, that's fine.
Nice.
I should pay you your usual fee. He says, well, it's probably going to be... We don't know exactly where we are headed. Yes, we are just searching the mountain range. Is that correct?
Well, so how specific was my map? Because I thought I remember I spent that one day on research and I drew a map of where I thought it was. So is it just like
So,
a giant circle on the map, or
You can probably pinpoint it within a few miles, like a little radius of searching. It's
So
a
I'll
couple
say,
miles. So you think you have a pretty good idea if you saw some landmarks,
Yes, I believe-
especially if you have someone in the group with survival.
I have survival.
Oh, there you go.
I would hope that fucking Boulder Bottom has survival, being the
I
guy.
was going to say,
Yes.
I
I
have.
also currently have survival. with
I think
mine.
we have quite a bit of survival.
Apparently
Yeah.
everyone has survival.
We're rolling in
Yeah.
survival.
I don't. That's why I'm
Except for
missing
me,
an
man,
arm.
I'm the fucking city boy. Are you kidding?
Okay,
Where are
so
we?
2/3 of the group have survival.
And a couple of
So I
people
will
are just
say
clueless.
it's. I believe this area right here. Have you been to this area? Have you noticed any ruins?
Alright, so you show him the map. He says, I can't say I've been there in my time in the range, but I think I know how to get you here. You say there's some kind of tower.
Ruins of a tower, more likely. Unless it's a reverse tower. Then it
Could
might have
be.
survived.
Frankly, could be one or the other. Could be ruins. Could be a tower. Could be ruins of a tower.
It is
There's
dwarven
no way
made,
to know
so
what condition it's in. That's a
tower
good
underground.
point. Dwarven shit doesn't quite easily break.
How old is this place?
Old.
Very, very old.
Would it be past cycle or before
Yeah, we
that?
think it's the last cycle, right?
No,
or
last cycle wasn't
cycles
the
ago?
arcane age. I don't think.
It was last cycle. It was the
Last cycle.
It was the Therian Empire, not the
That's
Drogoth.
it. I will say that. Yes, we believe it was the last cycle, Therian Empire. It's possible some of it survived. It's highly likely that it's underground, but if you said that you and your friends used to come here for day hours or whatever, perhaps you noticed something
He says,
out of the ordinary.
we had taken several trips through the ranges. We had heard rumor of an old ruin. Now I wonder if this is what we had heard rumor of.
Oh,
Ancient magics, so there could be other things there we might have to, or they... He says, well, am I going to be taking you inside this tower, or just finding the way to it?
if you want to come inside once we get there, you're welcome to.
No,
I agree.
I'm fine waiting for you outside. I'll just get my payment for guiding. He says, I'm not all that great at fighting if I don't have to. Nor of
Very well.
surviving and finding things. Alright. Let me go take a look around, see if I can find any of the survivors, if there are any. And if I can't, we'll just send word back with your owl miss.
Right. Or the innkeeper at the hot springs as well.
Yes.
Via sending.
He is also a good man. Oh, gods, I could use a lay in the hot springs right now.
I'll definitely be doing that once we get back.
Like, don't you even?
Shut the fuck up!
Alright, so he's going to go out and start searching around. The rest of you finish your short rest, so go ahead and spend one if you want. And you can benefit from it.
After the
I'm
short
gonna
rest,
take
Theo.
Arcane recovery.
Okay.
After the short rest, Theo would go out looking for more pittons and leather and other things to try and make 7 or 8 climbing gear sets.
I think that uses like boots with spikes and all sorts of shit, though.
It does. We have boots, and I have a lot of metal bits on me. But I could find some spare iron and stuff around here if need be. Cobbler's tools.
Do spike boots offer any benefits?
They make it significantly easier to climb or something. They might actually give you a climbing speed. I don't recall. Let me double check.
I think it's climber's kit is what it's actually called.
Correct.
Includes special pittons, boot tips, gloves, and a harness. You can use the climber's kit as an action to anchor yourself. When you do, you can't fall more than 25 feet from the point where you anchored yourself, and you can't climb more than 25 feet away from that point without undoing the anchor. So it's if we fail a check and are going to fall down a mountainside, we'll just get caught instead of dying.
I mean, I think it's specifically for like climbing up a cliff face. It would still be useful if we need to, but if we're just like walking around, well, I guess if we were like walking on like sideways on a sketchy ledge or something like that, it might be nice.
Or like one of those mountaintop pathways you have to go where you only have like half a foot of space to walk on.
Sure, yeah. If we can find the stuff for it. Something tells me we're not gonna find like harnesses lying around, but
If I
Never
can
know.
find leather, I can make the harnesses.
It is a
Leather
mine.
workers' tools.
yeah, if we want to spend some time here, I guess.
I mean, it seems they're like animals here as well, like donkeys and stuff, right?
They got 8.
I know, but their harnesses probably didn't get eaten.
Yeah, leather straps and stuff from that.
Yeah, could adapt those.
That might be faster.
Alright, so you're searching around for supplies. It's probably going to take several hours. You can give me perception checks, I guess. Maybe investigation or perception.
Investigation for me, please.
Oh no, I did buy it.
Okay. So a couple of hours pass as you search the area. Any more rolls? Going once, going twice. Alright, so Zalia, you and Beldani stumble upon a supply shed that has a lot of stuff in it. There are 2,000 feet of rope and 50 pittons.
2,000 feet of rope?
Yeah, as well as a bunch of axes and pickaxes and some leather sacks. Looks like a whole bunch of gear that luckily was not
50
destroyed.
pittons, and I'm sorry, I said it, but I didn't retain it.
2,000 feet of rope.
2,000. Thank you, David.
A bunch of axes, unless you really want to know how many there are. I assume you're not taking them.
Nah.
No.
My
No.
fists work like axes.
Alright.
Okay.
So it's about 1 o'clock at this point. Boulder Bottom did find a couple of woodsmen who he brought back. So far, he's found 6 survivors who have been sort of sitting at the edge of camp in a cave. Luckily, they were able to get some fires going, and they've been kind of hiding out there. They say a bunch of others ran into the woods, but they probably froze at this point. And no one else has come back since ringing the bell. Luckily, no enemies have come either.
Do we think these people can make it back to Dazoric on their own?
We can make it. We make the walk every week or so as we go back to visit our families. We'll take news of what happened back to Dazoric.
Do they seem sincere?
Yeah, probably. I mean, they seem like lumberjacks.
Okay. I mean, they don't have any reason to lie, but you know.
I mean, if you really want, you can make a check, but you think they're pretty sincere.
I don't fucking know.
I think they're followers of the god that's feeding trolls to giants.
They're Vecna zealots in disguise
Shocking
as
the-
lumberjacks.
Shocking that the person that has a hidden devil is not trusting of others.
Excuse me.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Excuse me.
Donnie can see the devil. Or, yeah.
Yeah?
Blind sight, buddy.
He's not even always fucking sitting on me. I don't know where
I
he is
know.
right now.
Yeah,
But Donnie's
actually,
been watching.
he hasn't been with Donnie would probably notice he hasn't been with Ivor in a while.
Oh, interesting. Good to
He's
know.
off getting souls,
He's off
corrupting the world.
doing corruption stuff. But yeah, they say the road back shouldn't be too dangerous. At least once we get a little ways from the camp, it's just open field. I mean, there are bandits sometimes, but I mean, it's also usually patrolled, so I think we'll be okay. Although I wouldn't say no if you wish to escort us.
We have to head the opposite direction. We're gonna go try and deal with those giants.
Yeah.
At the source.
So that's
Could
fine.
you pass word along to the people in town of what's happened here, and perhaps you should stay clear until our return.
One moment. What did you ask?
I asked them to take word of what happened back to the town and advise them to steer clear until we send word of what's happening.
So yes, we'll tell them exactly what happened. I'm not sure how the nobles will react, but I doubt they'll send any more people here until they scout the area a bit. Raldo says I'd probably be one of the people they'd be sending to scout usually. So I imagine many of the others will come up and look around the woods, see if they find any more giants. Did any of you see if any giants left? And they say, no, I think you got them all. I remember seeing them come in, and I believe in, he kind of points to the bodies. This is how many there were. So
That's good.
I think it's safe, but we'll definitely, I assume they'll send people to make sure of that.
How long do we think it would take to get to the general area we think the ruins are?
He says, well, we're going to have to go through the normal mountain range, which poses dangers of its own, which is going to be probably 5 days. He says, once we hit this large snowy peak here, it's probably going to be about 2 days into the Varafell mountain range, at which point we should hit your tower. But those are going to be some dangerous 2 days.
So we travel there, we travel back. Couple days of searching the actual ruins, most likely.
He nods. He says, aye, that sounds about right.
So if you don't hear back from us in about 3 weeks at most, we all died horrible deaths.
Sorry, what is your name?
Who?
The dwarf we're talking to.
One of the survivors or Boulder Bottom?
Yeah. The survivors.
So the survivors are all humans. This guy is named David.
Hey!
David the Lumberjack.
David the lumberjack. All right. Depending on what's going on, I will try to message you and keep you apprised of what's happening.
Of course, ma'am. How would you message me, though? You got someone you can run back, or?
I am a professor at the Phoenix Guild College of Magic, and I do have some.
Oh.
She's gonna talk into your brain.
Does anyone have a passive 13 or over insight?
Yes.
Yes.
So you would think when she mentions that she is Phoenix Guild, they all get a little bit weary, or maybe uncomfortable.
Nervous.
Nervous, maybe.
I'm an archaeology professor, of course.
That makes sense. So you'll send some sort of creature to give me a message? Is that how that works?
I will talk in your head.
I'm
Don't
sure that
worry,
makes them
I
more-
can't hear your thoughts, but you can respond to me.
They're all kind of looking at each other now.
It's not
Don't
as
worry.
scary as it sounds.
It only causes some nose bleeding.
They'll
They're joking, of
continue
course.
to look at each other. Alright, well, just, yes, I guess send me a message however you think is best, ma'am, and I'll let the nobility know what's going on.
And his name was David.
David
Yeah.
the lumberjack.
I'll approach. How many of them are there? How many of these survivors?
6, did you say?
That would be, how many survivors there are? Yeah, I think there's 6 of them. Yeah.
Okay. I'll approach David and I'll say, "Thank you for your assistance, David," and I'll hand him a gold piece and 1 gold piece for the other 5 as well.
Alright. Give me one moment to take a few notes here.
Turns out one of them's Crimson Dagger in disguise. We saw some of you cast magic. Show me the papers.
Not me, motherfucker.
That's why he always stands behind me now. Oh no, it came from her.
Oh yeah, Theo doesn't have to lie and say no. It's just inventions I keep.
David might get a message. Alright, so what does the group want to do?
So what time of day is it?
It is about 1 o'clock. Well, maybe like 1:30 at this point. The survivors are getting together some supplies, mostly food and some extra skins, maybe some water, some firewood before they make their journey back. But they're pretty much ready to leave. They'll probably take off within the hour.
All right, let's do it then.
Would I have found enough leather straps and scraps to potentially make some harnesses for us while on the trip?
So
Can you make Betha like a little backpack that Donnie can like carry Betha on his back?
After the climbing kits, I could definitely do that.
Yeah, like Yoda. I'm
do
just thinking like
you
Betha climbing sounds like a terrible idea.
do you
wanna
have a
split?
climbing kit right now?
No,
All right.
I do
We have
not.
rope
But
and kittens. What else is in a climbing kit?
little spike things that you put on the front of your shoe so you can grip onto the mountain. But after making Beldani a dagger shoe, I think I could do that.
And also a harness.
Yeah, I already talked about that part.
Well, so
My dog just attacked my cat. Sorry about that.
let me do a quick look up of the climbing kit. Is this from a specific book?
I can pop it in there. It's in Roll20.
So it doesn't give us advantage on anything or anything like that. It just makes sure that if we slip and fall, we don't fall to our death.
Why can I not find it in the compendium? What the hell?
It is probably from. No, it's in the basic rules. I don't know. I was gonna say maybe it's in Icewind Dale, but it is not.
Oh, it's climber's kit. That's why I kept doing climbing kit. Let me take a look. How much does it cost to make or to
20.
buy?
25 gold pieces to buy.
Alright, well,
I mean, not for nothing, but wouldn't we have gotten that when we got the rope and stuff when we were doing our general shopping back in town? And we knew we were going to the mountains.
Well, we knew we
Like,
were
since
going
we
somewhere cold. We definitely got cold weather gear. I don't think that we got climbing stuff.
We didn't get climbing stuff, but we
you
definitely knew we were going to the mountains.
have ropes and pitons, which, I mean, pretty much do similar things. They're just not the guarantee. I mean,
Yeah, it's the step
Climbing
up from rope and pittance. It's pretty much
requires crampons and little hatchet mallets, like little axes. Picks.
points
Whatever.
towards all the little axes that we have in a shed right now. Convert some of those into climbing picks.
yeah. I mean, just use rope and pitons. It's fine. I don't. There's always a chance you could fall. I think it's dumb. They're like, you just can't fall if you have a climber's kit. There's always a chance.
It's because that's something that exists in real life that makes the chances of you dying if you lose grip.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, with ropes.
But it's always. I think he's saying that like the kit could break. You know.
Yeah, that's why. I don't. It's kind of silly. It's like as long as you have this, you just can't fall. It's weird to me. But
People still die of climbing accidents.
yeah,
all the time.
exactly. I mean, even with modern like climbing gear, people can still die in climbing accidents. All right, sure. Let's say you could take.
It's fine. Got featherfall.
What's
It's almost
the,
like just doing something that was
what's the
tinkerer's
rules on
option to
crafting this
magic.
stuff? Like for 25 gold pieces, how long does that take?
Weeks. We did something different whenever it came to the crossbow.
Was it a day or something?
Yeah, to think it was about a day.
So you could probably, if you really wanted to, you could probably take maybe like a day here to make a few climbers kits. But I mean, honestly, you're probably fine with rope and pitons.
You heard it from God.
Rope and pittance.
Yeah, I mean, rope and pitons, you just secure them as you climb, and I don't know. We can do the climbers kit, but yeah, it would probably take you a while to make these, because then you'd have to make leather scraps, and then you'd have to attach all the metal for all the different pieces of it. So, I mean, if you want to take a day, I'll let you make a climbers kit.
No, it's fine.
All right. So you maybe bring some of the leather, and maybe you could work on some of it as you go or something, we'll say. So are you ready to travel then? Or do you want to wait till the next day? In which case you probably could work on a climber's kit.
Sorry, you said what? It was late afternoon?
Yeah, it's about, it is about 2 o'clock now. The survivors have gone.
Perhaps we should start out fresh in the morning.
Why? It's still
Perhaps.
daylight.
I could go either way. I would say that the only circumstance in which time was really of the essence was addressing this matter of the camp, and now that it has been addressed, I don't know that there is a time crunch, but I also don't know that there's particularly a reason to stay. I think that we could get some distance traveled tonight, then camp, and then move on in the morning, but I would be fine either way, if there's somebody who would much rather camp in the confines of actual houses and such.
Well, I certainly have no problem leaving right now, Raldo says. We definitely want to put up our tents and build a fire at night. You don't want to be stuck out in the cold without some kind of heat. So.
We do have something for that as well.
Oh?
A shelter of sorts.
Shelter?
Indeed.
We make a magic bubble that doesn't let the cold get too cold.
Oh, that's
Wizards,
right.
man.
That's right, miss. I forgot. You're a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. Alright, well, that will certainly come in handy. I've never been in one of those before. Alright, well, yes, as I said, we can go now, or if you all need some time, I could give you some time.
I'm happy to leave now. Get underway.
Alright, maybe we can get some extra ground, or gain some extra ground. Alright, so he would start the journey, and I just need, if anyone wants to help, you can give a, whatchamacallit, a survival check. And I'll use yours if it's higher than his, though his is pretty good.
Bet.
Okay. So he's leading you across the snow. The group is making good time. Are we feeding with good berries, or are we using food?
I think good berries is the norm.
Okay.
We did just eat some stew.
So you're spending a spell in the evening.
Stoic.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Alright, so the first day passes. You make some good time going over the snowy plains, over the river. Let me pass some time. So it is now the 94th of fall.
And is Chevreau coming with us?
Yeah.
Excellent,
Unless
okay.
you don't want him to.
Oh no, I just wanted
No,
to
we do.
confirm that he was.
Yeah, he's very interested in finding this tower, along with Theo.
Artificer buddies!
Yep. Ho, ho, ho.
We can make a cannon.
Or a Chevreau.
Or are you trying to make a cannot?
Ah,
Wah, wah. Oh, I know where Chevreau is.
Him and I are probably just discussing steam engines and other things we've discovered while on the walk.
Talking about artificer stuff. He seems to be very excited about the idea of underground steam engine.
I'm already thinking about how to incorporate his cannons onto him.
Well, this is not necessarily useful for just transporting people.
Exactly.
I assume you don't expect this steam engine to be used for combat. If it is moving along rails, it would be not be very what's the word? To have to build rails into your enemy's territory, it seems like a bad use of time.
Maybe. But if you already have the designs up, once we do get proper infrastructure in and everybody's wanting the rails because they make travel and transportation of goods so much easier, then we
Yes.
make the mobile base, and if anybody tries to step on the artisans of the world,
Says, yes, this is what I was more thinking. Moving goods around the country quicker, but how would one attack a large iron steam engine moving at quick speeds? It seems it would be a hard thing to accomplish.
I've seen what wizards can do, and also there's always the chance of whenever it's stopped unloading or being loaded that somebody tries to ambush the thing.
Yes, magic indeed. This makes sense. All right, so the second day gets you to the mountains. It is now the.
Why do you want
95th
guns? Wizards!
True. 95th. Actually, it goes now into the 1st of spring, I think. Right? Fall. Oh, no, winter. We're in winter now. That's right.
Just
Fall,
skip winter. Fuck winter.
Fuck winter. So it is the 2nd of winter at this point.
Oh, we picked the perfect time to come into the freezing lands.
Yep. It
Yeah.
is really cold up here. Luckily, you have your hut and your warm weather clothes to make things easier. Still, give me some
Oh.
Constitution saves.
Have we made it to the first long rest yet?
Oh yeah, we're on like we did the first
All
and
right.
the second long rest.
With the long rests, Theo would be taking the time, Cobbler's Kit, to make it to where we can travel longer each day.
Okay. So yeah, I need con save DC 10 for the extreme prolonged exposure to all the cold.
I believe I do not need to. Based
Yeah,
off
you
of-
have your boots.
Fucking boots.
There you
Wait.
go.
Ring of Warmth? Or is it just damage resistance?
And Donnie is actually sleeping outside.
That's just
He's not
damage.
using the hut.
Okay.
Donnie's just sleeping in the snow.
Damn, those boots are better than the ring.
This might be the
Yep.
first time
Oh, yeah.
Donnie's seen snow, actually.
It might be. He's enjoying it. He's loving it outdoors.
Before this, he was just living underground.
Yeah, he's loving the snow. He's loving the sky. He's spending every moment he can outdoors.
No, it looks like the Ring of Warmth also protects you. You are unharmed by temperatures as low as -50 Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, yeah.
with the Ring of Warmth, is someone wearing that?
I
Maybe.
Ivor. All right. So yeah,
What?
Ivor would also be protected from the cold, so you wouldn't have to roll con saves.
Oh, you mean the person with fire going through his veins doesn't have to worry
Well-
about the cold?
Actually,
It's such
there's
it's
a
such
question.
a cute ring, though.
It is. It's so furry. It's got foxes on it. Yeah. If you had resistance to cold damage in a way other than, for example, the Ring of Warmth or the Boots of the Winterlands, would you also not have to make Jesus, Otto? Would you also not have to make a check for cold weather?
I would say that cold weather could probably still affect you, as like cold damage is more like quick flashes of extreme, whereas cold weather is constant.
Like long-term exposure.
Yeah.
Roger that.
So it might
Asking
be a
for a
little bit
friend.
different. Yeah. Alright, so you begin making your way into the mountains. I need some athletics checks. Lower
Whoa.
DC because you have your pitons and rope.
Are we each on our own
Flash
rope,
of genius
or are
on
we,
Zalia.
You might want to wait.
are
It
we
wouldn't really make a difference.
Yeah, he can save one. He can't save the other.
Yeah.
Unless it's like DC 5.
So, well, you're working together, so it's like stealth. I'm taking the top 3 as you make your
Oh.
way through the mountains. And this is over
save that
time.
flash.
Yeah.
Look at how many negative modifiers we have. I love this.
We
Bunch of
are not strong
nerds.
people.
Bunch of
Bunch of
nerds
fucking
climbing
nerds.
around the
Look at
mountains.
Donnie.
How does this
He makes
we
up
part
for
of
it.
this?
Don-
I am excellent.
My
He
suit does the
averages us
lifting. I
out.
don't need to worry about being athletic.
Donnie's just gaslighting everyone.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you guys? You guys are terrible at this.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
I mean-
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
At
And
this
1
point-
and 2 and 3 and 4.
Give me a d20 roll for events.
I am gonna AFK, by which I mean I'm going to relocate. So I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes. Ian's got my sheet if I need to roll for anything.
Beldani, give me a d100 roll for no particular
Uh-oh.
reason.
All right.
Dragon showing up. Guessing the restaurant closed.
Alright,
74.
so it begins to get really snowstormy as you are kind of at the top of a large cliff area and you're crossing some open plain or open not super open. There are trees like pine trees up here covered in snow, but it's definitely getting harder to move. I need some more con saves as you're pushing against the snowy weather.
Bonnie's enjoying himself. This is wonderful. I've never seen this before.
I am, I guess, similarly enjoying myself.
Yeah, you're just like, this ring is cozy.
It is pretty cozy. Oh yeah. I need the thing. It's coming. It's coming.
You don't need to make the save.
That was
You
that
got
was
your
Flash on
brilliant.
Z.
flash on who?
Azalea. He was rolling for her.
Oh,
Yep,
you were
that's-
rolling for Azalea.
While she's AFK. Yep. She's relocating.
So put up to 11.
So Zalia is starting to get a little overwhelmed by the snowstorm as she is being pelted by constant cold and snow and ice.
Was the DC higher this time?
Yes. This is the
Ah.
snowstorm. This isn't just like
Mm.
exposure. And she would unfortunately gain a level of exhaustion over several hours of this. As she is just being battered. Well, you're all being battered, but she is not doing so well.
Okay.
So
I can roll from her sheet, but I cannot mark that, so I'm just gonna write it in the chat.
Yeah, that's fine. She can add it when she gets back. But yeah, it is pretty nasty. You're traveling. What day is this? The third day? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so you get up the mountains a bit. This was the third day. It's nighttime. So you're kind of in the snowy area at night. It's still going pretty wild. I assume you put up your tiny hut to take refuge.
Yes.
Okay.
And cobbler's tools on everybody's shoes.
Yep, you're working on shoes.
And Donnie
Uh,
sleeps outside.
You have Betha spend her spell to give Goodberry. Donnie is sleeping out in the snowstorm because he's Donnie.
And it's amazing. This is amazing.
Amazing.
So cool.
Zing. Fucking
Enjoying
snow.
snow for the
Fucking
first
love
time.
snow.
Actually,
seen
at
snow
this
IRL.
point, Ivor... Oh, wait, let me whisper you.
Sure.
Secrets.
As somebody who has never seen the snow, I probably would act like Donnie if I could just ignore the effects of cold. Just go, look at this amazingness and lay in it.
Snow's great when you're a kid and you don't have to drive to work.
Not
That's
that
why I'm
Donnie's
trying
paying
to work
super
remote, man.
attention, but if you were whispering him anything about the behavior of his little beastie, then Donnie might have noticed.
All right.
So would resistance? Oh, never mind.
So you probably would have noticed, Donnie, that since traveling, Tinder does seem to be spending time closer to Ivor again.
Yeah.
He's pretty much is pretty much always with Ivor now, since you've been going through snowstorms and just the more intense cold of the mountains, because it's pretty bad up here, and he is definitely trying to keep himself. Because I don't think actually, you know what? Let me look up devils. Do they have
I
anything
can
for
just
cold?
They have
imagine
resistance to cold, but nothing with cold weather.
Ivor's getting yelled at by the devil in his head about how damn cold it is and how the wind almost blew him off his perch.
This is
Ivor.
This is fucking horse shit.
Just imagining a little imp holding onto his cloak as the wind's blowing him off.
While as Donnie is arguing with Max about how cold it is and how great it is.
This is great.
Just
I
drop
guess
some
he
ice
is.
with-
I guess he is resistant to cold, so maybe he's still off by himself then. At least sometimes. So he'd still pop in every now and then, but yeah, I just think of him as fiery, but maybe that would give him some resistance to the cold.
Donnie
Well,
would
this
like to
is-
spend some of these evenings creating ice sculptures with Dumax.
That was actually sort of one thing I was curious about before when I was asking about like resistance to cold helping with situations like this.
Yeah.
Because if an inherent resistance to cold would help with the cold weather, then I may temporarily loan out my ring. But that depends on how valuable you think that resistance to cold is with long-term exposure.
So, yeah, I guess he'd probably. Okay, let's just say he's hanging out with you then to try
Okay,
to stay
very well.
less out in the cold, especially with all the wind and everything blowing. So
Works for me.
Yeah, it's evening. Most of you are in the hut, whereas Donnie is making snow angels. Donnie, what is your perception?
Donnie's not a great perception. Actually, better than I thought. 14, actually.
14.
Yep.
Let me look
Passive.
at something real quick.
Fucking passive stealth of like frost giants.
Ancient white dragon.
Oh, I forgot about that. Jesus.
If
Somebody
it
make a
pops
joke
up,
of
It's gonna be Yetis. Hey.
make Yeti
Well-
friends.
Love me some Yetis. I don't know about Yeti friends. It's not the word I would use.
Befriend
Hey.
them and just have them carry us through the snow.
Hey, Ivor,
Hmm.
you just came back. Where'd you come from? There's yellow snow. Why is it yellow?
Lemon flavored.
Attitude. Yes. Yeah, lemon flavored.
Liar.
It's pretty good. Am I a liar? Let's find out. Lemon flavored.
Now Donnie's curious.
He's like, oh wow, really?
Really? It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a fire going at all, Donnie, or are you just laying in the snow?
No, he would have
during a
just. He would.
snowstorm?
No, he's not making any light. He's just having fun. I mean, he is aware of it being in a dangerous area, so he's not being like super loud or super this, but he's
Reckless.
also, he's having a good time.
The yellow
Right.
snow does taste
But
better.
no, he would not be making a fire or anything of
And you
like,
are
again,
still
he feels
wearing
totally
your,
comfortable.
your
Yeah.
cold weather clothes.
He did not buy cold weather clothes because of, again, the boots.
Let me see the boots again.
Yep.
He
Once
gets
it gets
up
below
to
negative 50, yeah, which is really, really fucking cold. Like, that's other plane cold.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely gets that cold somewhere on Earth, but I don't know
I
about
mean, we're talking
here.
Mount Everest level. I don't think we're to Everest level of climbing yet, are we?
Maybe like the Arctic.
I mean, you're pretty high up, but yeah, it's not Arctic temperatures here. It's definitely negatives, but not negative 50.
Yeah, I figured we're in the negative 20s, 30s, 40s. Maybe we're starting to get close to 50, but I didn't get the impression we were quite in, like you said, Antarctica.
And if you wear heavy clothes, you can go up to negative 100. But you said you're
Yep.
not wearing heavy clothes, right?
Not at this moment because you said I didn't get the impression we were that cold yet, but I could put
Yeah.
them on if needed.
And you did
Yeah.
attune to these.
Yeah, I did attune to these. I've been attuned to them
Alright.
forever.
According to
Uh,
the internet, the Himalayas only get down to negative 20, so.
Yeah.
for reference. I was
Yeah.
curious.
So the evening would pass. The snowstorm dies down a bit. Well, actually, give me another events roll. Someone.
D20.
Yeah, just D20. Yeah, so through the night as you rest, it dies down a bit. In the morning, there's just a bunch of snow everywhere.
And
but
snow angels.
A
And a
bunch
sculpture.
of Donny snow angels. But it is the 3rd of winter, 7 a.m. And obviously the professor would get back her exhaustion level. And I assume the party continues traveling.
Sure.
Indeed.
Now we just take a winter vacation here.
So give me another events roll.
All right. Someone else want to do it, or shall I keep going?
Can I do it?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, go right ahead.
Yeah.
You were in
Oh no, I
fairly-
did bad.
Fairly dangerous area. D100, please.
All right. Okay, but yeah, you can go back after this whenever.
I mean, he did one before. This is almost exactly what he did.
Oh, sorry. That I did not mean to roll that. I meant to clear that roll.
Okay. Give me
So
a
4 and a
moment.
76.
Need to check something.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I'm pretty sure he had a 2 and a 74, so those were apart
Yes.
by exactly
Oh.
the same amount.
Oh!
Which was whack.
Woohoo!
All right. So as you're walking across the snow, you enter, like, you kind of come around some trees where the land dips a little, like there's a little bit of an incline, and you see below a bunch of bones and what look like maybe a group of goats that was torn apart by something.
Like,
How
how long
old does
ago
it look?
would we think? Yeah.
It looks fairly recent. In fact, the blood doesn't look frozen yet, so you think
Oh.
this happened recently.
Could I look at the scratch marks or the wounds and see if I can tell what might have done it, or at least the size?
Do you want to kind of walk down the hill and take a look?
Do y'all think it's okay for me to go look at it, or?
I'm
I
gonna
could
let
give you. I could
I'm gonna
give
let
better,
you do you. I'm keeping my distance and brandishing my walking stick.
I could give you better
Rolo
stealth if
or
you'd like to
Raldo-
go.
Raldo sort of looks around. He says, "Yeah, that looks like it could be dangerous. Maybe we should just avoid it and go a different direction. We got the trees covering us right now. If I had to guess, I'd say something flying did this."
Do you think perhaps it was that dragon you mentioned?
Can I see frost on them from here? Like, frost-type damage?
He says, "I don't know if it was a dragon. Usually a dragon would just snatch up its prey and drag it somewhere else to eat it. And yeah, as the lad says, there isn't really any frost on them. But it definitely something could still be in the area."
Look up in the air, see if you see anything flying around.
So there is several higher cliffs nearby. To the north of you, there is kind of another peak that goes up a bit, but you don't see anything obvious that's like flying around in circles or anything.
Do you want?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to suggest, if you'd like, I could periodically put eyes in the sky with a small critter or something, just to give us a little bit of an aerial viewpoint.
Well, I think we're gonna have to go through this area, so we might have to face whatever it is sooner or later.
I
But
say we just keep on moving along. Unlike doors in dungeons, the historian doesn't have to open this one.
Well, if we think that we're gonna run into it, I do want to go look at the carnage and try and get an idea of what we're about to potentially face.
So now the zombie robot guy has to go look at everything. Okay.
I'm also
Well,
a nature guy.
It's perhaps better to know what we are up against better than not knowing what we were up
I
against.
was,
Surprise is fun.
yeah, I was inclined to look as well. So, but I think I might wild shape and just ride on Theo instead of trying to amble over the snow and
Yeah,
ice and
Snow
stuff.
might be
Yeah,
about as tall as you now.
yeah.
So
But I just
Raldo,
wanted to get a better look with medicine and nature and survival myself. Yeah.
Raldo moves forward first, kind of keeping an eye out. He motions for you to come closer as he gets close to the goats. He says, it looks like something with big claws did this. They raked right through these creatures and probably landed on them, feasted, and then taken off. Looks like it might be several. Wyverns, maybe. He looks around
Mm.
at the peaks up above. He says, usually they only travel in groups of one or two, but this looks like a bigger group, which is rare.
Think there might be a nest nearby, or hope it's
This
not
is
like
well.
breeding season or something.
There's wyvern
Makes everything
nests.
more angry.
There's wyvern nests all over the mountains, so it's very possible. He says, that would be my guess, but unfortunately, we don't really have a better way of, or we don't really have a good way of avoiding them. So we're probably gonna have to deal with them because we have to go through this corridor here, and the mountains next to us makes it an easy way for them to attack us from above. He says, "Do you all have bows or something you could shoot at them with?"
Yes.
All right.
Ranged attacks enough anyway.
All right. Well, let's just hope for the best then. Unless you all maybe have some magic that can hide us.
Faith,
Oh.
could you make us more stealthy?
Well, when you very first saw the slaughtered goats and said you wanted to walk that way, I had a couple times about that. Do you want me to make you more stealthy? But she's wild shaped now, so I don't know, like if we would have done it then or not.
Well, he didn't
would-
mention it then, but yeah.
Right.
I would say
Dave
not
mentioned
if we
it,
didn't.
But
if
yeah,
you,
yeah.
if you didn't do it, then probably not.
Right. No. I think we were talking over each other. I said it like 3 times, but I don't think anyone heard me.
I for sure did not.
Heard you,
Yeah.
I just, it's the offering, but unless we declare it. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. No. I'm just wondering if anyone had heard that or had wanted her to do that when she said she would. So.
Well then, I suppose ain't nothing to it but to do it.
All right. So
Do I have any knowledge of wyverns?
nature could give you some insight on them.
I am not trained, so I will abstain.
So you know
Pulling stingy
that
things.
yeah, wyverns are apex predators. Usually, wherever they live, they're usually the top of the food chain. The most dangerous thing about them is their poison, which if they sting you, it's known to bring down elephants and just huge creatures easily, just because it overwhelms your system. It does a lot of damage. Other than that, they're vicious predators, usually attacking from above quickly. Depending on the prey, they'll either go all in or maybe do dive bombing, like swiping past with their tails. Either way, it's not fun.
Would that roll? Would I know if we're in the right kind of season to where there might be eggs about that they'd get even angrier trying to defend, or anything like that? Like, is it going to be we go to the cliffs and they're like, "Come for the babies!" and instant go hard as possible?
So if you go near a nest, probably. I don't know if there's a wyvern season, but yeah, if there's if there's like a nest nearby with eggs, then for sure you're gonna incur more wrath than you normally would.
All right. Well, hell, hey Bill. Bright side of it, if we do run into some and have to kill them, we can harvest some awesome poison.
Indeed. That would definitely be helpful further down the road.
Alright, so you are traveling through this area with the cliffs next to you. Give me another. Are you trying to be stealthy or are you just traveling?
We'd probably have some form of stealth
I think
to
at
us.
this point we tried to be stealthy.
Alright, give me stealth checks from the group. It will slow you down, but...
How long has it been since we encountered the goats?
It's just after, so no
Oh, okay.
time has passed. We're just deciding how you want to move through this area.
Oh man, I missed out on that 20.
Okay, so 23, 21, and... Oh wait, 21, 32, and 20? Is that right?
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay.
Nice.
So the group is fairly stealthy moving through this area. Beldani, as you are traveling with the group through the area, you would notice that there are some creatures flying around much higher above, or higher up now, that might be some kind of winged lizard creatures. Could be wyverns. So far, they don't seem to have noticed you. You just kind of see them swoop around every now and then.
I'll just point them out silently to the rest of the group and a gesture that we should keep moving stealthily to avoid detection.
If we see a nest, I can't guarantee I'm not gonna try and do something stupid.
You behave.
Barring that bullshit, I'll just nod at Beldani.
You do indeed at this point start seeing, looks like every now and then like a large nest higher up.
Awesome. That's gonna be great.
Let's keep moving. Keep moving.
Yep.
Keep moving. All right.
Yep.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Give me one more set of stealth checks. Starting with Betha. So what is that? 21, 23, and 19?
And a natural
Donnie got
20.
a 20.
Oh, 20.
Natural 22. Really matters in this.
Not for skills.
Yeah,
no.
21, 23, and 20. Yep.
Alright. So, you managed to actually make your way through this area without attracting any attention. So, you kind of get past where the cliffs are and continue onward.
Once we feel like we're kind of to a somewhat safe spot, Donnie jumps out of the snow a little bit and says, "Surprise."
Surprise.
Oh no,
Was
you
Donnie hiding in the snow?
scared me so much.
You imagine a giant orc just popping out of the snow right beside you making zero noise. That would be terrifying.
Alright, so the rest of the day passes as you... right now you're kind of on flatland. You haven't been doing much climbing. It's just kind of been a raised area in the mountains. Raldo says there's going to be a lot of climbing tomorrow as we want to get a little bit higher. So get your
Climbing's
rest.
fun. Good.
He says, I agree with you, Donnie. It is fun. For some
Love
of us,
this weather
anyway.
too, don't you? This is so much fun.
Says, well, I grew up with this weather. I generally enjoy a nice fire when I can get it, but I don't mind spending some time out in the snow. It's relaxing to me. It's
I hear
yeah, it's what I'm used to. Chevreau says, I prefer the hot springs any day. Hot springs and a smoke near the fire of my workshop.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
Says maybe a sip of some brandy, maybe some wine. It's preferable to snowy travel, though there is some beauty in nature that I don't mind. It's been a long time since I've made a trip like this.
Trip for knowledge.
All
Theo
right.
is definitely missing the hot springs.
Yeah.
That's
So
a move.
evening, Betha, you're spending another spell slot to feed
Sure.
the group. D20 roll, please.
All right.
Yeah, you can definitely have it back. I didn't do good. I almost got attacked by weapons.
I don't know about that. I think what you mean was you almost got wyvern eggs.
Oh my god, that could have been so much money. What? Stop doing bad things.
Nobody said anything. Do what you want.
Pretty
All
sure
right.
Donnie was standing right behind me, being like, "Don't you dare!"
You're like looking at him. He just walks up behind you, puts his head like next to your ear, and you're like, yeah, maybe not.
You get distracted by every little thing.
So
Hey,
it's
you probably not.
it's late at night, probably around 1 a.m. Donnie, you're sleeping out in the snow, you said, right?
Yep.
Give me a perception check. What's your pass was 14?
14.
So as you're laying out there, you are awakened to a loud noise. Who's on night watch?
I think we do have it documented somewhere.
Yeah, because it will come into play right now.
I'm trying to scroll.
I mean, you're inside the hut, but I
Fairly
assume you're
sure.
still
I'm
taking
fairly
watches.
sure I'm morning.
Party info watches. Night is Beldani and me.
Okay. So you two are kind of sitting inside the hut, enjoying the break from the cold, when you do hear some kind of loud crashing somewhere outside. Somewhere outside. Sounds like maybe some kind of avalanche somewhere.
Okay, if that's my first thought, that I think it's an avalanche, the very first thing I will do will be to wake up the professor and Betha, because if it is an avalanche, I don't know enough about them to know how much time we have to get the fuck out of the way. So,
Right.
Oh,
It
I was
sounds
going
like
to
it's
say,
pretty far off. You don't think it's close by.
oh,
We got the dome.
okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah. No, it's
okay.
loud, but it's like in the distance.
But not loud enough to wake us all up then?
No. Actually, it
Okay.
wouldn't even have woken Donnie up with his 14. I just realized. So Donnie's still asleep outside, but yeah, you two hear a loud crash somewhere in the distance.
we should just make sure that it's not coming this way. We'll be protected in the dome, but Donnie outside could get buried if it is heading towards us. So
Well, we don't want the dome. Oh, sorry.
I'll just keep an eye out to see if any snow is headed our way, or if the avalanche is somewhere.
All right, so you step outside, taking a look around in the moonlight. As you're looking towards the peaks and kind of around, a huge shadow passes over you.
Called it.
Looking up, you see a humongous creature gliding through the air above you. And there is another loud roar. Now there is a loud roar, which might actually have been the sound that you thought was an avalanche, but you're not sure. What do you want to do?
Does it look to have spotted myself or Donnie?
No, so far it's just flying over. It's pretty high up. You can only really see it because of the light against the moon. Or the light coming from the moon, I should say. Otherwise it's all dark and around you.
Then I will go wake Donnie and be like, in the hut now.
Why uncomfortable?
Because dragons, Donnie.
Dragon.
Ooh, rare.
And I will point to the dragon as I'm attempting to pull Donnie into the hut. I realize that tiny Beldani trying to pull giant orc Donnie is unlikely to have much effect, but
Well, that's cool. And Donnie's starting to go into the hut. He's not resisting. He was just
So, yeah,
interested in understanding what was going on.
Yeah, so at this point, the dragon has kind of swooped past overhead. You don't think it noticed you. Most likely, Well, you don't know if it would have come down to attack you if it did, but you would guess it might have. But it's continuing to fly south over the peaks, and you would see that it is a very large white dragon.
That's really cool.
One might even say gargantuan.
It is
Real technical.
huge.
It's
Huge?
huge.
Yeah.
Okay. That's only one side. That's only one, I think. I don't know enough about him. I'll shut the fuck up.
I know a lot, but
there
Theo
it is.
doesn't.
But
Huge is better than bigger.
It continues to fly into the night.
That was
think-
really cool. Thanks for waking me up for that. I'm gonna go back to sleep. Donnie steps
Oh,
back
Theo's
outside,
gonna be
falls in the
jealous.
snow, and goes to sleep.
It's just like, oh, cool. Yeah, dragon's outside. I'll just sleep outside. It's fine.
Excuse me.
All right.
Just cover Donnie up with snow, so it's harder to see him.
That's happened almost every night just from the natural
Yeah,
stuff.
he gets snowed
That's
on,
good.
wakes up in the morning covered in snow.
Wakes up like a husky, just like
Shakes
takes it off. He's like,
Shakes-
ready to go.
right.
Exactly.
Let's
He's
get
got a
back
little
to
like a dugout in the ground.
it. All right,
Nice.
so it is the next day, the 4th, as I assume the group is going to continue traveling.
Indeed.
We're gonna have to do some climbing today, Raldo says. So let's get to it.
When climbing is imminent, the professor will cast a spell, but we'll do that when we get there.
Okay. So yeah, it's going to be climbing time. So this would probably be several hours of climbing. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Well, it won't help us get all the way because it won't last that long. But at least for some of the perhaps like the front loaded portion of the climbing experience, she will cast at 6th level enhance ability, which will give me 5 targets, and she will cast Bull's Strength on everybody except for Donnie, because he probably doesn't need it.
All right. So go ahead and give me athletics rolls with advantage.
Yeah, what
This
I
will
meant to
be-
do was
This
that's what
will
I meant
be
to do.
for the first part of the climbing for the day.
All right.
So Donnie got an 18. He's fine.
If I start falling, I'm going to use my boots of flying.
Wow,
to
you guys are pathetic.
Well, again, it's the top 3 rolls. So we have 17.
Oh, yeah, I got to do hers too.
If
13.
Daza ever starts to fall, she's going to instantly become a tiny spider and then crawl on one of her companions.
17, 16, 18.
Well, if you want to do something as you're falling, it's a reaction. So unless that's a
Oh, okay.
reaction, you would fall first.
Alright.
This is a overtime thing, so I can't flash a genius, correct?
Yeah, for this for these couple of hours.
16, 17, and 18 are the 3 top.
Yeah, you still got some pretty well.
Or wait, it was with advantage. Oh no, Donnie didn't have the advantage. Okay.
Yeah, so Ivor, you rolled twice, once for the professor. So yeah, 16, 17, and 18 actually are pretty good. So yeah, it's a bit strenuous, taking time, climbing, but luckily with the help of your friends, you're able to do it, getting to a higher area, which is again kind of flat and snowy, and you're pretty high up now with a very good view of the mountains going south of you. Give me another con save for exposure. DC 10. It's not that hard. Alright, so you're doing good. You've climbed up. He says, we'll need to make one more big climb today, but we're going to have to go over some plains first. Do some more snowy plains walking.
Nice. When we get to that point, she'll probably do it again, just with less targets.
Yeah. Give me another D20 roll, as this is also a dangerous place. And a D100 roll.
I was hoping the nice middle of the road roll would.
Exact
We'll
middle.
see.
You
Hey.
bypassed my wyverns, but let's see what else I can get you with. Wahahaha. So as you're going over these plains, you would notice, Beldani, there are signs of passage of something very large. It reminds you of the giants you fought back at the camp.
Why can we never see signs of passage of something tiny and
Where's the
cuddly,
bear?
like a bear?
Where's
Or bear.
Rumpelstiltskin, man?
There's also, yeah, so I assume you point that out to everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I will just keep it toward the back and brandish my cane.
Are the trucks going the direction we're going?
So these particular tracks look like they are going north, so yes, they would be going in the direction you're going.
Hopefully they're keeping the same speed as us.
Rollo sighs and looks at them. He looks north. He says, well, we're going through the area where they are. We'll just have to keep an eye out.
We killed them before, we'll kill them again.
He says, there's some frozen lakes up ahead with some trees. Or frozen, maybe, I guess they'd be. They're kind of small for lakes, but like frozen large bodies of water. Sure, we'll say that.
Frozen ponds?
Yeah, we have to go through that area, so just careful of your footing. I would say stay away from the ice. We don't know. I mean, it should be well frozen, but I don't want anyone falling in if we don't have to. You don't want to get your leg frozen this far from civilization.
Indeed not.
This is over like a frozen lake.
Says
Pond.
the area ahead, we're going to be walking between a few large frozen bodies of water, so just stay on the snow. Keep an eye out for holes or anything of the like. Alright, so you make your way up towards that area. And as you do, you would kind of come around some trees and see that there are several large giants near the lake here. Do you want to try to avoid being seen? Or are you just going to... What are you going to do?
I say we go talk to him again.
I don't think if we talk, I don't think there will be talking. I think there will be fighting. So we either avoid them stealthily or we take them out. I don't think there's any chance of parlaying.
I say
Is
we're
there-
on the same page then.
Is it
Go
easy
talk.
to see whether or not they are regular giants or everlasting giants?
At this point, they probably would have seen you. Give me a moment. It looks like they're the everlasting giants.
Okay. If it's clear that they're everlasting giants, then I would respond to Donnie and say, something tells me that they aren't interested in listening, and even if they were, I don't think that
So one of
parlay
the...
is...
Or as you're talking, one of the creatures yells, "You over there!" in giant.
Okay.
And we're probably going to need initiatives.
Fuck. And this is
Out.
quite near the pond, is that correct? Like,
Yeah, so-
basically, this is pond territory?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the ice areas, right?
Tokens aren't out yet, so I can't see anything.
Some of them
He's
are.
still working on it.
Yeah,
Ah.
I can see.
Oh, but it's pretty obvious. Okay, alright. Sounds good.
Yeah, no, it's at least, it's pretty obvious to you where the ice areas
I would
are.
switch Ivor and Donnie.
But,
So the lighter blue is snow and the darker blue is ice?
yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Would you be able to give me control over Zalia's token?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Sure.
I clicked on Betha and my computer froze. For some reason, I think it's the the macros. It just takes a while every time I click on you the first time. After that, it's fine.
Buffering.
Once again, my terrible initiative
Gonna flash
trend
of
continues.
genius spell.
Nice.
Add
Thank
plus
you.
4 to your initiative.
Right.
Why
Alright,
Bell, not
so
me?
you spend your reaction and use a flash of genius.
Because I saw his before I saw yours. I'm sorry.
Sure. You just like Bell Donnie more than Donnie.
He
I
doesn't yell
mean-
at me as much.
That's a point. That's a mood.
Alright,
But he's not as funny as Donnie is.
There we
Doesn't make you
go.
laugh as much either.
That's true, Donnie does make me laugh. I like how our positioning has Donnie hiding behind Ivor.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
alright. So the first act.
Protecting Ivor's back.
Yeah.
Make sure he needs to pick him up in case he falls over on slips on the ice like he often does.
So, Theo, you are the first to act as the giants are all now kind of looking in your direction.
Do they look angrily towards us? Well,
It's
they have
hard to
multiple hits,
tell,
right?
but one of them did yell something in giant at the group.
Gonna go ahead.
It's always negotiations.
Shardalon stride, giving me 50 feet of movement.
Not anymore.
Because you didn't let Donnie talk first.
I mean, they're extremists. We know this.
I'll just remember this next time you want to make zombie robots.
I think I was 50
do
feet. You haven't let me!
Do you have a description for that?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm fitting the whole theme of my dragon armor, giving myself some dragony burst of speed.
I mean, Power Ranger.
I am the Dragon Power Ranger.
Yep, nailed it.
So mark
Green
yourself as
Ranger.
concentrating. Anything else? That was your bonus action, right?
Yes, that's my bonus action. Action is going to be to dodge. And I'll wave towards them.
Okay.
So you just saw fire shoot out from me as it just shoof forward.
Ivor.
I'm going to not do that. Well, they haven't actually done anything yet.
Yeah, they're friendly.
And
I don't know about that.
Oh, wait. The spell storing item means I'm not casting a spell, correct?
And well, yeah, it uses the spell from the item, but also it would be difficult terrain everywhere because of the snow. We don't have to worry about that for Theo because it already.
Boots of
passed.
flying.
Yeah, but it is. You are trudging through lots of snow.
And we already know that these giants don't give a shit about that, right?
No, they it's like small amounts of snow to them
Yeah.
because they're so tall.
All right. So, what I will do, I think, was it clear which one was yelling shit?
This one over here.
And it looks fairly hostile.
Yeah, you think so. These don't. I mean, so far, every time you've seen these ones, they've been hostile, and these don't look any different.
It's always negotiation.
It looks like they may have been hunting or gathering. You're not sure what they've been doing, but they are definitely moving towards the group now.
Lou,
Okay.
Whenever it comes to spell storing item, you have to cast to originally store it into there, but once it's stored in, you just spend an action to produce the spell's effect, not cast it. So
Yeah, that was
if I
my
have an
understanding.
action in there, I use bonus action to actually cast a spell. Could I still use my action to use the spell storing item? Because it's the action to use the item, not to cast the spell.
Wait, say that again? You use the bonus action to use the effect?
I used a bonus action to cast a spell. Now I
He wants
have
to know
an
if you can do multiple spells in a round. Right.
because it's not casting the spell; it's producing the spell effect.
I mean, I guess if it's a bonus action. Well, so casting more than one spell in a round. Wow, well,
I'm
'cause
not
you're not
casting
casting
it
spell.
though. Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I'm.
Probably.
Um, let me see if I can figure this out. What are you trying to do exactly?
Instead of taking the dodge action, Vortex Warp Donnie to in front of me by
Well,
10 feet.
is Vortex Warp an action?
Yes, it's an action no matter what to use spell storing item. But I used a bonus action spell, so I still would have the action available if I didn't take the dodge action.
While holding the object, you can take an action to produce the spell's effect from it. So even though it's a bonus action spell, it's an action to use it.
Yeah.
So you would not have an action.
I wouldn't. Well, if
No.
I used dodge, then I don't have an action. But if I had my action, could I then use
So
spell
wait,
storing
what
item?
did you cast as a
So-
bonus action?
A Shadowlord Stride is a
And
bonus
did you
action.
cast that, or did you use that from your spell storing thing?
That was a cast, so I've used my bonus action to cast the spell this round. Now I'm wondering if I can use my action to produce the effect from the spell storing item.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I think you're good to cast another spell then.
Alright, instead of taking dodge, could I have Vortex Warp Donnie to 10 feet in front of me?
Sure, if you want to spend the charge.
I would. Donnie's the only one who speaks giant. If he wants diplomacy, put him up front first.
Go ahead and link the spell, Vortex Warp.
Yes, sir.
Wow, 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 wow.
Donnie, you can choose to fail it if you want, or
Yeah.
resist the effects.
So, do you want to be warped, Donnie?
I'd be fine with that. Assuming
Alright.
I kind of know what he's doing. Yeah.
So, you are placed, you said 10 feet in front of
In front of Theo.
Theo? Alright, so go ahead and put yourself up there, Donnie.
I think that puts you in charging range while still giving me cover
Oh,
from you.
I could have gotten there and from where I was at.
Even with difficult terrain.
Winter boots.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, he
ignored.
ignores it.
Yeah, fucking boots.
Alright, so this guy goes.
But I mean, yeah.
It's still Ivor's turn.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Ivor?
Sorry.
But you're good. That was good questions. Well, first, before I move, so fucking my range, I will, as a bonus action, cast Hex on this. Oh, I'm not pinging. Hex on this everlasting frost giant here because it looks pretty irritated, and we already know.
Alright, go ahead
about
and link Hex.
Yep. And then I will move some. Okay.
Do you have the spell description for Hex?
Oh shit! I forget that it does that. Sorry. That's what I want.
Alright, he is within range. So it is hexed.
Excellent. And then I will move 10. Hello. 10. 30. Yep. Yeah, 10, 30. And then. Yeah. And then I will Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Yep, I started blasting.
So, anyways, started blast.
Alright, so you send several Eldritch Blasts. Unfortunately, I think only the 25 hit.
Oh, that's rough. Okay.
Or wait, no, the 15 hit too. So you blast it for 22 plus 2d6. So 27. Anything
Yeah.
else?
I think that is it for me.
Okay. Now this one over here goes. It's going to move down this way. 40 feet. It's going to rage. And it's going to hurl some rocks. Which, luckily for you, I think you're just out of range. Oh, I can throw 2 rocks. Alright. Donnie, 13 versus AC.
I think that misses. Yeah,
Let
misses.
me double check the rock range. 6240, yeah. So, first one just goes flying past you. It's gonna throw another one. Ooh, I think that one got you, though.
That does hit. Theo put me in front before I had a chance to rage.
Bastard.
Yep. Had to get another target other than me. I was too far up front.
That's some interesting API key scripting.
And 29 bludgeoning. Bam.
Yep.
As a rock slams against you, almost knocking you off your feet. It roars and continues to run forward. Beldani, what are you going to do?
Alright. I am going to head forward through difficult terrain. 5, 10, 15. That's my movement. And then you'll see Bell sort of almost sink into the ground into a shadow that coalesces around him. And using the blessing of the Raven Queen, will appear 30 feet ahead between
Oh, hi, Belle.
Donnie and Theo, holding his crossbow until the
could you link
giant...
that?
Sure.
Okay. So you poof forward 30 feet.
Yes. So when I reappear, I'm sort of translucent, and I'm holding my crossbow shot until the giant that spoke engages with Donnie.
Okay. Betha. So you ready in action.
Yes.
My roll 20 crashed, and I'm waiting for my sheet to load. But does anybody remember the range of Moonbeam?
90 feet, maybe?
I thought it was
Is it
60
90?
feet.
I think it's.
I was thinking it might be 60.
Double check.
Range is 120.
Oh,
5-foot
really?
cylinder.
Oh.
5-foot radius
Alright.
cylinder, but range of 120.
All right, so I'll put it on this guy coming towards us from the northwest. No, yeah. I'll find the spell circle, and I'm going to upcast it. Let's do level 5.
Alright, so you bring down a moonbeam on that one.
Yeah. And I'm going to bring out my totem, which I believe is 60 feet. And again, I still don't have my sheet open. It seems to be frozen. But I think it's 60 feet that I can put down the totem, so I'll stick it up here-ish.
Okay.
And I'll pull that out. And that's my turn. I'll move up a little bit here, too. Let me pull this out first.
Alright, so
She's
Betha...
not going to be able to move very far, but...
Yeah, you trudge through the snow a bit as you summon your totem.
That's my turn.
Zalia.
I think Celia will first. Well, oh no, because Belani's there. So, I think this is as good as about as any. Maybe back a minute. Yeah. She'll just take a step back, and then firebolt this giant over here.
Alright, so you send a firebolt hurling towards it. Yeah, 29 would strike, doing 19 points of fire. Anything else?
I think that's it. I just want to make sure. I think she has like a. What's her? Oh, potent
Did that get-
cantrips.
Yeah, I was about to say, did that get the potent
Oh,
cantrip
yeah.
boost?
Actually, potent cantrip is different. Empowered evocation. Yes, I believe it probably did. I think that's the 5 that's in there. Yep, that's it.
Okay. And the frost giant here goes. It's going to rage. It's going to pick up a big old rock, and it's going to huck it at Ivor.
I chose the wrong spell slot.
30 becomes a natural 1, which would miss you. And 24 versus AC.
I think that hits him, but he's dealing with his dog right now.
Oh. Alright, well, he is struck for 34 bludgeoning.
Ouch.
And I think he has to make a concentration check, which is DC.
Ivor does 24 hit.
I was waiting for a second. And some barky dogs. There's a what hit?
24.
Unfortunately.
So you took 34 bludgeoning as a rock slams into you.
Jesus Christ.
And I need a concentration check DC 17 for your
Something
hex.
tells me this is not going to be a good time.
Hey.
I do have a thing on standby. We'll see if I need it.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna use this. Wait, hold on. Can I use it for saving throws? I think I can. Yes. Nice.
could you link Dark One's own luck?
I certainly can.
See the description, because I don't memorize these things.
Sure.
Saving throw D10. Alright, fair enough. Alright, so even though you get slammed with a rock to the face, luckily you hold your spell.
Who threw that one? This guy?
The one that you shot.
The one you hexed.
Yep, that's
The
fair.
one that you shot up. Shot back at you.
I would do that.
I would have done
Turns
the
out
same
he's just going,
thing.
hey, you want to come have a picnic? And you shot him in the face. He's like, okay, fuck you, rock.
Fuck you then.
Fuck you, rocks. Alright, this one back here is going to hurl some rocks as well. It can reach all of you. I think it's going to hurl them at Betha, because it saw her doing some funky stuff with spells.
I do have fire shooting out of me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't do anything yet, though.
yeah, exactly. You haven't really. She summoned a beam of light on one of them, so it's gonna
Alright,
do
damage.
some rocks. Rocks. Betha 22 on the first.
Do I not have any cover from this tree?
20. I'll give
Nice.
you the cover.
But yeah, I mean that's it's still gonna hit her. I was just curious. Yeah.
Yeah, you have some cover right now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fair. So you got struck for 29 bludgeoning,
Oh,
and
I'll give a concentration check as soon as I load again here. I had to reboot again.
16 versus AC.
I think that misses.
That would, well, you'd be 2 higher, so I think that would miss you. What's your AC usually?
I don't remember. She's got breastplate and
Shield.
shield.
Yeah, it's like actually that might be that might be
With-
16. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
with
breastplate
cover,
is.
with cover that would miss you. So the second
Okay.
rock misses you. You would just need to make the concentration check on your turn. But I'll
Yep.
say that's it for him. This one back here is going to hurl him some rocks. I'll say he'll throw them at Theo. He doesn't like your fire boots.
Woohoo! I've been chosen!
I've been
Yeah,
chosen.
18.
Miss!
Alright, so they both miss you as you're flying around with your flying boots. This one back here will hurl at Donnie.
And just to confirm real quick, because I was away for a second, those 2 that went at me were those. I would assume the other one was the 12. Is that right? Were they at
think-
disadvantage or something?
Yeah, these are all
Okay,
long
ranger.
range. So
Okay,
these are
gotcha.
all-
Yeah,
These are all at disadvantage.
works for me.
Donnie 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Whap 34.
Oh my gosh. My roll 20 just crashed again.
20 Donnie.
Yep.
25. And Donnie.
I'm sorry, Donnie.
Donnie's like, hey, where are we at? Oh god! There's a bunch of rocks come flying in.
Yeah. Didn't give me flash of genius and then made me get hit. So yeah, thanks.
Well done.
Theo.
Let me make my robot zombies.
Donnie's looking a little wounded as a bunch of rocks have been hitting him.
Strategically not well thought out. Let's go ahead and bonus action rage so that if I get hit again, I'm not taking massive amounts of damage. Just given where everybody's at currently, makes sense just to run up and hit the first guy. So 5, 10, 30. Yep. So just get up to there, and we'll go ahead and just swing at him with the dumb axe.
Alright, he's swinging him with dumb axe.
Anyone to hit?
Yes, 21 would strike as the battle axe cuts him for 9.
Well, whoops, forgot my rage. Didn't turn that on, so please
12?
add 2 to that.
Or is it
And
2 or
I'll-
3? I thought it was
I'm
3 for some reason.
Pretty sure it's 2.
I think
Okay.
it
Oh
might
no,
only
plus
be.
3. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Just
So
for
plus
this
3,
level
that
of
one up.
barb.
Yep.
Alright, so minus
And then,
12 on the first hit.
And
Yep.
then it's a little divine fury because I actually remembered it this battle rather than the last one when I totally forgot about it.
And there's an explosion of radiant energy. He seems
Turn on rage
annoyed.
and throw my second attack at him. Much lower.
14 unfortunately would just miss.
That doesn't surprise me. So that is action and bonus action and movement. So that's my turn.
That
Very
would
well damaged because of Theo's poor planning.
trigger my held action.
Okay, oh yeah, so spend your reaction.
We planned it all along.
No, you
No, I messed up.
Calculated.
I'm sorry, Gray.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
I made a calculated risk, but boy, am I mad at math.
And yeah, that's gonna miss.
Alright, so it kind of gets stuck in his fur armor and doesn't really do anything. Alright, so you spend your reaction. This guy goes. He is going to huck some rocks at Donnie, not raging. So rocks. That is, I think.
Oh, yeah, 15. Even 15 still hits.
Oh, right, because you only have 14. Alright, so he is in range, so that would actually be a 29. The rock would hit you for 12. The first one.
It's a much more reasonable amount.
Second
Doesn't help
one
enough to really badly damaged.
would hit you for another 13.
Gotcha. Yeah.
As Donnie is getting pelted with very large rocks. Top of the round, Theo.
Oh no, I might have killed Donnie.
You really might have.
Readjust my circlet, because clearly that wasn't on, right?
I see an icon on Donnie. Is that real life?
He might be frowning.
He's frowning.
Well,
Donnie's got
Well.
a frowny face.
okay.
Yeah, these things hit like trucks.
You notice the last couple he seems to shake off a little bit more. If only he had been prepped properly.
Yeah, he just kind of appears and he's like, where are we at? Ah! Bah, 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 bah. He's like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready now. Because he's just bleeding, profusely. I could do this all day. Arrgh. All right, what are you doing, Theo?
Trying to think of a way to make it up to Donnie.
Headache.
I'm pretty sure the only thing I don't even have that prepared right now, do I? No! Yep, Donnie's gonna kill me at some point.
Well, I mean, that was going to happen before this battle anyway. Nothing's really changed in that.
Nobody's killing my friend Theo but me, is what Donnie says.
Me or
But
large rocks flying through the air. One of those two things.
Actually,
So Theo
To
is
there.
jetting through the air.
heading off to try and cut off the other ones. Bonus action, Guardian.
Yeah, that
And-
first round, Donnie took 113 points of damage.
Fine.
Everything targeted you, Jesus.
Well, not
Boys front
everything,
center.
but a lot of things did. Yeah.
Bonus action, Guardian action. I think that one's in range of my hand crossbow.
I think hand crossbows are 2060.
30, 120.
In either case, I think it's just beyond. Yep.
Yeah, it would be disadvantage.
All right,
Why do I
action.
think
dodge for
everything
now.
is 2060?
Daggers are 2060.
Okay. There we go.
Crossbows, hand crossbows 30, 120.
All right. So you're shooting at it.
No, action, dodge. It's out of range.
Oh, all right. So you take the dodge action. Don't throw. Although a lot of these guys are at disadvantage anyway. Ivor.
Not this one.
That's true. He is picking up another rock.
Trying to push out flames to get things' attention and hopefully get him to throw at me.
Yeah. Well, kind of want to get closer to the unicorn, but also I don't. Well, the rocks don't appear to be AOE's, so.
No.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna move
They're just really
10,
big
20,
rocks.
30. Yeah. I'm gonna move 10, 20, 30, and then
Now they pull out the explosives and throw them.
fuck them.
The fireball rocks.
Motherfucker, we got fire too. Shit. Okay, I don't think I have any bonus actions. Alright, so then, yeah, we'll just close range a little bit, and then, Scorching Ray, the hexed one,
Okay.
because that's a lot of fun. If I fucking hit.
Alright, so you send some scorching rays flying. Oh, I see some crits.
Jesus.
So you hit 1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
Okay.
2 of them crits.
And that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on 66 on the hex.
Yep. So let's see. 8.
Jeez.
15 is
23.
23, 35, 42, 62. Bop, 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 bop.
Nice.
So that one is actually wounded, because luckily he does take full damage from that.
Excellent. I believe that is it for me.
Alright. So this guy here is going to have to make a what save for your moonbeam?
I believe it's
Con?
wisdom. Oh, you're right. I think it is con. You're right.
Did you make your save from getting hit from?
I did,
She
and I
did.
did.
She did.
Yeah.
Alright, so con save. 13 would fail. Wow, what a terrible con save. Go ahead and do some damage. So 20 or 21 damage. Oh, he is seared by radiant energy. Does not like that. So it's going to move down this way. Engaging with Theo as it picks up another rock.
I'm at its face.
Actually, yeah, now it's engaged to you. It's not going to throw a rock. It is going to continue. Well, it's going to. I think this one is raging. I'm going to mark it with this to rage. No, I'm going to mark it with red to rage. It's going to take some battle axe or great axe swings at Theo. Oh, that's not good. So the first hit would be a crit.
No, it's not. Adamantine.
Ah, good.
Got him.
Got him. So you only take 37 slashing
Oh my god.
as it cuts you with one attack. 20.
Only
You already took 3 of these hits, and you're reacting over 1.
You are a lot more
I
health
was not
points.
raging.
Still a lot more health points.
Unfortunately, even with the dodge, the second attack would hit for 27.
Oh yeah, I was dodging, so disadvantage. The 19 would have missed on the first
you're
one.
right. 19 would have missed, so you only took the 27. Good call. Yeah, I forgot about that. Alright. So that is it for that one. Beldani.
Alright, I will step forward and then once again, using the blessing of the Raven Queen, poof ahead and say, Donnie, get behind me.
Yeah, like he's gonna
And-
do that.
I can still say it.
You can say it.
I got your back, Donnie.
And stab at this guy with my dagger of Asiak.
Alright, so you take a stab at that one.
And no.
Jeez. We're all. Donnie's not going to be the only one who dies in this match. If we
Apparently,
keep rolling this way.
Beldani is not a fan of giants. Alright, so you kind of stumble as you get caught in the snow and completely miss.
That is my that's my action and bonus action and movement. So yeah, I'm done.
Betha.
She's going to move up and stay tight with this tree to try and stay out of sight. And she's
so you
going
take
to
moderate cover behind the tree.
she's going to use her action to summon Chive, and Chive's going to fly up closer to the action. And then for bonus action, she's going to do a healing word on Donnie.
Okay. Go ahead
I
and
couldn't-
make healing word.
Oh gosh, I have to go to a different screen for that. So first I'm going to do this. Donnie's the target, and we're doing level 4.
So,
There's
are you
that.
sure you want to cast healing word?
Yeah.
Doing it through Chive, though, isn't she?
Oh,
Wasn't that the
no,
point
I'm
of
not
moving
sure
to
that I
it?
want to
No, you
cast.
can only
No.
do
No.
touch spells through the familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Besides, summoning Chive was an action, so I can't do cure wounds. Sorry. So then no, I guess I wouldn't do that. My
You
speed is so debilitating when we're in difficult terrain.
God's damn snow.
Yeah. All right, let me see here. I don't even remember what bonus actions I have. I have. What's the range of? Am I in range of anybody?
I think you could heal Theo.
Yeah. All right, that's what I'll do. Can I give him that one that I rolled? That was a
Yeah,
pretty
sure.
sad roll.
So
That was a really sad roll.
you heal
I got
Theo.
3 1s in that roll.
Theo, you would get 12. Don't you have stuff for your?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the buttons. Everything is moving like molasses for me right now. There's Moonsicle. There's Disciple. Oh, wait, level 4 for Disciple. And then everybody in the purple aura gets 4. And
Okay.
then Betha gets
So
6.
Theo, you get 12, 15, 21. Everyone gets 4. So while everyone the thing would get 4, so 25, and then Betha gets 6.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, guys.
Zalia.
Theo gets Donnie hit and then takes all the healing for himself.
Hey, I make friends with Betha.
Well, they're still pretty loosely spread. So, and I think the best move for the professor is just to firebolt this guy. Oh, firebolt this guy again.
Alright, so she sends a firebolt flying at that guy. 25 would strike. So it takes 25 damage and is looking pretty beat up, but still alive.
It did not do it that way last time. What the fuck? Okay, we'll take that for now. I'm gonna investigate the roll and find out what there is to unpack here. She probably wouldn't move because I don't think she needs to. No, she's gonna move. She's gonna move 10, 20, 30, and that's it. And I'm gonna unpack that roll and figure out what it's doing.
Alright, the Frost Giant goes. It would not regenerate thanks to the fire damage. So it's raging. It's going to. I think it's going to swing at Donnie because it doesn't. It doesn't want to throw rocks.
I think it could throw. Wouldn't it be at disadvantage since it's in melee?
Well, I mean, it's already been at disadvantage for throwing.
Not at me.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. It really wants to regenerate, so I think it's gonna throw a rock at Zalia, or 2 rocks at disadvantage. Well, 4 or natural 1 and 18 versus AC, which I think would hit her unless she's gonna use a shield.
Sorry, was that at me?
At Zalia.
Oh, yeah. What was the 21?
18.
18? Ooh, does she have... I don't even think she has it. She does not have it.
She doesn't have shield?
Nope.
Alright, so then she would get struck for 31 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Oh dear.
This tree wouldn't do anything?
Well...
Or do you gotta be right up on it to have cover?
Yeah, that's
Actually,
pretty far to...
no, I mean, it technically is...
I think, no, that
getting-
may actually give
it's
her
not
some
constant
cover.
corners. Yeah.
No, I'll give it to her. Alright, so that would miss then. It would, like, kind of dink off the tree a bit as he's throwing it. Because you don't have to be right up against it. It's just like, it's... Because, I mean, Zalia's moving back and forth, like, trying to dodge, so she could be partially, like, obscured by the tree.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Lou's
I'm
feeling
dumb. I
very
see what's
generous
going on with the
tonight.
roll.
He doesn't want a TPK after nearly killing Donnie.
Ah! I always
Yeah.
want a TPK. How dare you.
How
This
dare
one's
you.
going to rush forward.
Just in case it matters, because Donnie's pretty close on the edge. Previously, when I rolled for her, it did not have empowered evocation, so this one would have taken another 5 for her first firebolt, but
No,
that's it.
it's
Everything
still
else is
alive.
working properly. Okay.
Alright, so this one is also raging because it could just throw rocks. It doesn't have to be in melee. And it's going to hurl rocks at... Everyone's got cover.
I'm in range.
Sure,
That's
I'll
fair.
hurl rocks at you.
Nice.
Over here!
Still at disadvantage, though.
Yeah, because you're dodging.
Yes.
23.
That hits.
29 bludgeoning. Whap. And con save. Yep, you're fine. 21.
Miss.
Alright, so you managed to avoid that one. This guy over here is also going to throw at Theo. Disadvantage. And raging.
Too bad it's not double disadvantage. Miss. Hit.
24. Alright, so the second rock clips you, doing 26 damage.
Battleship. Miss. Hit.
Yeah. You sunk my battleship.
You sunk my artificer.
Yep.
About, yeah.
This one's gonna throw rocks at Beldani because he doesn't like little elves.
That's
No
racist.
one does.
Haha.
How dare you?
Alright, so they come
Terrible roll.
whizzing close to
Yep.
you, but
Both of those
luckily
miss.
you managed to avoid them. Donnie.
Donnie is frowning a little bit, but enjoying the battle. He's going to take a couple swings at the guy next to him, see if he can knock him down,
Okay.
knock him out. 26 to hit,
That would strike.
15
Doing-
damage, plus a little
I
divine
actually
fury.
forgot he only takes 7, but he does take the
Okay.
8, so 15.
Yep, so 15.
Yeah.
So that's first hit. He's still up, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and try to hit him again. That's another good roll.
Alright, you once again slice into it, doing another 5 points of
5,
damage.
So he's still up, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, since he's still up, we will go ahead and second wind first.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me. Really?
That's righteous.
Oh, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and burn my action surge.
Alright, so you take another 2 attacks, right?
Yep.
Yep.
28.
First one strikes, doing another 9 points
9.
of damage.
How is it +0?
He is still up. He's getting very low. 13.
13 misses.
Unfortunately, yeah, that would miss.
Is that second wind roll correct? 1d10 +2, and then the rolls show +0?
Yeah, it's 1 + 2, and then the total was 3 + 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm only
Okay,
second
gotcha,
level.
fine.
I'm only second level in fighter.
Gotcha. I was just confused. I didn't know what the math meant.
I mostly took fighter for the blind fighting and
Nice.
the action surge. Second wind is just kind of like a nice to have.
Alright, so this one moves up this way, and it's gonna huck some rocks at Beldani.
All right.
15, you dodge it. 24 though.
24 does hit.
Alright. Any reactions or
thanks.
anything?
No, but thanks to the blessing of the Raven Queen, I am resistant to all damage
Alright,
until the start of my next turn.
so you take 9 bludgeoning. Top of the round, Theo.
Bessie and Betha try and trudge through the snow to get closer and heal. I'm going to use spell storing item to try and position her behind this tree so she has cover from everything, but should be close enough to help Donnie.
Alright, are you gonna resist Betha?
No.
Alright, so spend your charge and warp Betha over there. Go ahead and link
And-
the ability again.
Spell storing item,
I meant
vortex
the,
warp.
the
Yeah.
vortex warp. Okay.
And then bonus action guardian.
Which gives you the temp HP.
Gives me 12 temp HP. And laugh at this giant missing me to try and keep its attention.
Ivor.
So this this frost giant up here looks pretty shitty, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing I'll do would be to move. I'll move 10, 20, 30. Now I'm in the units, and as a bonus action, I will move Hex from this Everlasting Frost Giant to this one, and then.
Can you do that before they die?
Oh, actually, that's a good question. I
I think it has to be on death.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. You're totally correct. Yep. I was
Just
thinking
checking
of,
that rule myself. I was like,
Yeah, no,
everybody thought the
I've
same
never-
thing. Double
nope,
check that
yep.
rule.
I've never had a reason to do it before, so then I will not do that. Okay. Well then, I think. Yeah. So then I will Eldritch Blast the one that still has Hex on it.
Okay. Pew pew. So crit, miss, and a hit. So you shoot it twice, dealing 15 force plus 8, which would be enough to bring it down.
Dope. Alright.
Now you can move Hex if you want.
I weakened it.
You did.
I'm going to use my reaction to capture its soul and a soul trinket.
Nice.
Okay.
And in fact, I think I will use my bonus action to move the Hex onto Theo's Everlasting Frost Giant.
Oh god, I thought you were gonna say Theo for a sec. It too?
Oh, you know what? I never established a ability disadvantage for Hex, so we'll say that it was Wisdom. And that I think is it. Yep.
Alright, this one goes, it gets to regenerate, so it gets 10 hit points. It's gonna turn towards Theo and take some swings. Die, little one.
Miss.
Are you dodging still? No, right?
No, but 23 AC. That one hits.
Ooh.
Oof.
36. Nasty hit.
I don't think that.
Nice, dude.
Beldani. But you managed to keep your concentration.
All right. 5, 10. I'm assuming this giant attacked. Did it attack recklessly or just?
No, it just threw some rocks.
All right.
These things can't attack recklessly. They just rage.
So then I will hold my attack action until Donnie or any ally gets within 5 feet of the giant. And I will use my bonus action to cover the dagger of Asiok in poison.
Okay. Betha.
I'm gonna move 5 feet closer to Theo. I'm still trying to kind of stay in some of these evergreen branches, though. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Mass Healing Word.
Alright, so you let out a bunch of healing magic.
Oh my gosh, these rolls! And then, all right, it didn't.
Those are
The
actually
global
good.
modifier.
Those are actually really good rolls.
Well, there was 3 ones in my last heal, so I saw the red and went, damn it.
They're D4s, so you're always going to get a bunch of ones.
All right.
Or
And
at
my
least
global
some.
modifiers didn't work even though I turned them on, so give me a second here. There's
Alright, so that's
There's
everyone
Disciple,
within
and
60.
then-
So everyone... Oh, I guess it is everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone gets everything.
Zalia,
well-
Zalia and Beldani don't get the unicorn totem,
Yeah,
but everything
okay.
else, yeah.
But
Okay.
that is 16,
24
and then
got the
8,
totem.
24, and then everyone. So everyone gets 24. Everyone but Beldani and Zalia gets another 4. So I guess everyone gets 28 except Beldani and Zalia.
And then that actually puts me at max, so the Blessed Healer doesn't matter. So.
Okay. Zalia.
And that was my bonus action. As my action, I would like to put the moonbeam on this one that's pounding on Theo.
Nice.
All right.
That's all.
All right. So Zalia, what are you doing?
So she's gonna move. Let's see. The tree is a little in the way. 10, 20, 30 feet.
Yeah.
And then, man, they're all still fucking pretty spread out. But you know, you can never go wrong with lighting frost giants on fire, so...
Amen to that.
That sounds more like Ivor than Zalia.
I mean... They
They both like
regenerate. They regenerate if you don't.
setting things on fire, so.
She's wicked smart. She will firebolt Theo's everlasting frost giant, I think.
All right. 18 would strike as a bolt of flame. Oh, well,
Fucking 5?
10 is better than nothing.
+5.
Yeah, righteous.
So it did get some burns. Ugh. Anything else?
What's that?
All right. Next up is going to be this one back here. So it sees some flames coming off Azalea, and it's going to throw a rock at her. It does not like that. 20 versus AC. I'll give her cover. So 18 versus AC.
Unfortunately, yes.
Wow.
Oh, so
20 bludgeoning.
All right.
And 20 strike again. Or 30. So 50.
Damn.
It's 2 rocks
Alright.
hit her.
She's bleeding.
This one back here is going to throw at Theo again because it didn't like his sass. So 15 would miss you.
Oh, that's right.
And 16 would miss you. Those rocks come flying closer than you'd like to your.
Blow
to your
raspberries at it.
Don't encourage it, Mary.
If it doesn't come after me, it might come after one of you.
Ah, that's a point. Yep.
This one didn't really see the fire attacks too well, so it's going to throw rocks at Beldani. Which I think it's still out of range. Yeah. Well, it's
See that one up
long
there.
range. 15 and 25. I think 25 got you, right?
25 does hit.
Slam! You take 36 bludgeoning.
Alright. Yep, I'll just take that.
I'll just take that. Donnie.
So I will start with a bonus action of a Zealous Presence. So everyone gets advantage on basically everything until
Well,
my next
60
turn.
feet, right?
yeah. Nope, that's everyone. I was doing the math. So Azalea is just within 60.
Nice.
Furthest. Yep.
So
I was
Always
thinking I was
insane.
gonna have to move first, but I don't. So yeah.
Nice.
Yep,
So-
attack rolls and saving throws one round.
Yep. And then Donnie's going to rush up to the guy that Donnie's battling.
Okay.
Battle with
Which
him.
would
That would trigger my.
yeah, trigger your reaction.
Go for it.
Stab.
Go for the Achilles.
23 to hit.
Yes, 23 would strike. What's oh yeah, because Donnie's giving you advantage. So you deal 31 as you stab this one. Unfortunately, it is.
Actually, yeah, 31 and then an additional 6 if it fails a con save.
So
Oh, and assuming it's not immune to poison, which I'm guessing it probably is if it's related to trolls.
well, so you do because it can reduce some of this. I think the
Now,
sneak
necrotic-
attack is actually necrotic as well, because I think sneak attack uses the damage type of the weapon, right?
That's what
Sneak
the rule
attack
was
uses
before.
the damage type of the weapon, supposedly.
Alright. So it has the 9, so it does 4, and then it does 2, and then it does 20. So 26, and then let me check poison really quick.
Well, it automatically doesn't take the damage if it succeeds the saving throw.
Oh, there's a save. Okay. Con save. 17.
That succeeds, so no poison damage.
So it resists. So that was a reaction. Go ahead and mark yourself as using
Yep.
a reaction. Donnie, you're going.
With Donnie seeing Beldani stab at it, he's like, "See, no, this is how you swing. You swing big. You don't stab."
Donnie,
25 to hit.
Donnie does a little gaslighting and slashes. You're doing it wrong, like this. For let's see,
14 reduced to 7.
Yep, 7 points.
With some divine. Ooh, nice. 11 on
And
divine
another
radiant. Yep.
11 radiant, which is not reduced.
So there's that, and then second attack. 21 to hit.
21 would strike it.
Sweet. 17
another-
reduced to what is that?
8.
8. Yep.
All right. Anything else?
Now that'll do it. And then
All right. So it goes. It's going to pull out its big old axe, and it's going to go for Beldani because Beldani hit it harder. Oh, that is a crit. Do you have a reaction or anything?
I've
no,
already
you
used my
it.
reaction because.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a very impressive crit, actually. 41 for that attack, and second attack. 28
Would hit.
or 25 slashing. Die, little creature. Or the giant equivalent of that. Top of the round, Theo.
We have advantage on attacks right now, correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
On attacks and saves.
I'm only gonna start attacking. I'm gonna punch this thing in the face. One of its faces.
Alright, you bust out some thunder damage. 27 would strike for
So go
7
crit fishing.
thunder.
Oh yeah. Nope. And then for the next one, I'm gonna aim for another one of its faces.
25 would strike again. Another solid hit for 11. And it has to attack
And-
you or have disadvantage.
Yep. And I am going to bonus action Guardian.
Okay. So you do Guardians, giving yourself 12 temp HP. Ivor.
You still have a Shadowlord stride up?
Oh yeah. I'm going to
Yeah.
move 5 feet.
I don't think you
And-
have to move.
Do I not?
I don't think so. I think you just
well,
have
you
to
can.
be within 5 feet.
Yeah, what does it say? You move within 5 feet.
Okay, so just whenever I'm within 5 feet of a creature.
Well, maybe if you, yeah, it technically does say.
I can still move side to side with 5 feet of movement.
Yeah, just fucking back and forth, yo.
Pretty much
Yeah, you
Theo's
basically
using
have
his
to
movement
move to
circle around
activate
it.
them, I think. So when you move, you activate it.
So 4 fire damage.
For fire. Ivor, what are you doing?
I will. So, alright, Hex is already on that one.
And you do have advantage, just as a reminder.
Hell yeah, I do. Okay. I will, again, at 5th level, a Scorching Ray. Theo's Everlasting Frost Giant.
Bop, 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 bop. Alright. Pew, 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 pew. Pewing it up.
Crit.
So you got, I think, 1 crit, but all the others are hits.
Oh, nice.
So
Yay.
5 hits and 1 is a crit.
22, 29, 26, 28,
Alright, let
21.
me
And then
Oh my goodness.
do some math.
So much.
10 plus 11 is 21, plus 9 is 30, plus 12, 42, 48, 58. Wait, you did 6 damage rolls.
Yeah, because it has 6 at 5th level. It's a 3rd level spell, and then no, it's a second. You get 6 rays at 5th level.
Okay. Alright. No, I
I
totally
love warlocks.
lost my number.
So 21 plus 9 plus 12
30,
plus 6 plus 10
48,
plus 9 plus 29.
58, 67, 80, wait, 67, 87, 96. Bop, 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 bop. So he is scorched for 96 damage, looking wounded and very upset.
Very nice.
There are
He just
now
burned most of its head off.
several giants looking at you, Ivor.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, so I'm actually feeling pretty good now. So I'm going to not fucking stay there. I'm gonna move 10. Okay, so they're all. Yeah, we're gonna get as tight as we can to that tree. 10, 20, 30, and just plug up right against this trunk. Well, is this like as close as I can get to the trunk, or would it be one north? I'm basically.
I mean, I'll give you moderate cover from there. You're pretty much behind the trunk.
Okay. I couldn't get any more. I couldn't be any more close to it or anything like that.
Probably not.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
Alright, so this one is going to pick up a rock and hurl it at Ivor. because it did not like that.
Disadvantage.
What the heck?
25 I think would still get you.
Yep.
For 28 bludgeoning,
Okay.
requiring a 14 DC con save.
Did I already use? I did. I used it last time. All right.
Depending on how low he is, he might take moonbeam damage before he would make that attack.
Oh yeah, there is Moonbeam on him.
It wouldn't kill him, but
Okay. And that 30 was the global modifiers I tried to turn on for the heal that now are deciding to show up, so ignore that. They're also wrong. The rolls are a bunch of my macros that were working a week ago are all screwed up this week, so.
Alright, so he would make his con save. What is the damage on that?
35.
35, so he takes 17.
So he rolled over 20. Because my
He
DC
rolled.
is 20.
He rolled a
so
20.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So Ivor, did you take the 20
I did.
bludgeoning?
I had some. I'll link this. It sort of always happened in the background, but that was a big hit. So, where's the shit? There we go. I had some of this from the last one.
Okay, so you would gain, yep. Alright, Beldani.
Nice.
All right. Taking a stab with advantage, thanks to Donnie.
Yep. Stab.
That
Yeah,
does a 19 hit.
19 would indeed strike. For 5, 6, and 25, 31. Urgh.
Plus possible 6 if it fails the con save.
Let's see. 16?
That succeeds.
Okay.
And then I will use my bonus action to, once again, Blessing of the Raven Queen. This time to get the hell out of there.
Fuck that
And-
shit, I'm out.
Exactly.
Shit, I'm out. All right.
Jump to behind this tree and just collapse underneath the tree.
Yeah, so much
Um,
for being in front. What was that about being behind you? You said a few minutes ago.
That was the other
Yep.
giant.
That was the other giant, and
That's
that
the
was
other
when I
giant.
had more than 9 hit points. So,
Alright.
and that is my turn.
Betha.
Bonus action, move totem up, and oh wait, was that an action or a bonus action to do that? Oh fudge! Give me a second.
Bonus, I think.
Oh, that is bonus. All right, then I'm not going to move it. While everyone's in range, I'm going to go ahead and do another mass healing word,
Alright.
and that's my bonus action. So that's why I can't move the totem.
So everyone but Zaylee and Donnie get 19 plus 7, 26 plus 4 is 30.
Sorry,
So everyone but Zaylee and Donnie get 30.
23 or 27. The blessed healer is for Betha only.
Never
So
mind.
it's 23
so,
or 27.
yeah,
23 if you're not in the purple, 27 if
So-
you are.
27 to Zaylee and Donnie. 23 to
23.
Zaylee and Donnie, and everyone else gets 27.
And I've already, yeah.
23 to me also. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. And
Oh, yeah, I've
for my action, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna. Oh no. Oh, there's another one further out there. I just noticed. I just moved some windows. I didn't see that guy before. Okay. Oh gosh. What do I want to do? What do I want to do?
Luckily, we have ice between us and 2 of the giants.
Yeah. Can I just I don't know. Let's try a Toll the Dad on the one that's here with Theo.
Okay. So wisdom save. As you toll Cole the dead. I think it made it.
Yeah.
So it would take no damage, unfortunately, as it
Well,
resists.
And then can Chive harry Donnie's dude for
Sure.
him? All right, just kind of a little fly around.
Chive is an owl.
Raven.
No, Chive
Right,
is
so
a
it would have
raven,
to
yeah.
stop next to it, or else it would get
Okay.
naughty on it.
All right, so it'll kind of fly over here, kind of into the foliage a little bit, but stay in range.
Okay, that it for you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry.
So it would be Zalia next, but I think this might be a good stopping point, as we are a bit over. So why don't we do MVP and continue the battle next time. Hopefully everything's okay with Zalia. I assume she just couldn't find another spot.
She was just sort of feeling a little, like, I don't know,
Tired?
like a headache or something coming on. Yeah, maybe just exhausted. She's been at...
Yeah. That's
Theme park gunk.
understandable.
Yeah.
I am always exhausted when I have to go to theme parks. So 4 of you, 5 of you, and Zalia's gone, so Donnie and Theo are tied. Give me d20 rolls. Alright, Theo's MVP.
Donnie can have inspiration.
I actually voted for you for nearly killing me.
I voted for you too because I nearly killed you.
Yep. Nope. You get it. You nearly killed me, and you get inspiration for that.
I'm sorry, Greg. My brain went to, I gotta get Donnie into the fight as fast as possible, and then it went, oh yeah, his boots make it to where this doesn't bother him. Oh no, he's getting hit by everything. Fuck!
Forgetting that he can move 120 feet a turn.
I just pictured that scene in the Avengers where the Hulk just gets shot by everyone at once when he's roaring, and they all just go beep 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 beep. He's like, ah!
Yeah,
That's
never
what I
mind the
pictured.
boots. You gotta wait for a homie to Hulk out first. Fuck.
But
Yeah,
Faith, the super healer has made it all fine.
Yeah,
Wow.
basically
Now,
super healer.
There's only one of them's fucking dead.
That's
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, this is.
I have to
excited.
get to bed. I have an early morning, so I will see you all later.
Take it easy, man.
Good night, everyone.
I know in the future there's going to be the caveat with Vortex Warp. It's going to be a held action, and once Donnie's raging,
You could do that.
once they see Donnie go, blah, 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 then move him somewhere.
So I'm going to spam the chat here real quick because the ammo is another thing that seems to have stopped working. Okay, good. That seems to be working again now. Because when I bandaged you guys earlier, Beldani's subtracted, but the other ones didn't. And I went and looked at the macros, and the ammo settings had disappeared from each of them. And I'm like,
That's
so
weird.
it does look like it's back. But I can't test it when I'm whispering, so I didn't test it earlier after I thought I fixed it because I didn't want to spam the chat. Okay, and that's working again now too, so that's good. All of those macros had stopped working today.
Everything is broken.
I hate it because you get everything perfect and then like stuff disappears that I put in these commands. Like fields just get wiped out. I've had it happen again and again and again in Roll20.
This is why one of the reasons I mainly use Beyond. Roll20 and me
but
seem to get along.
I can't do the customized stuff that I do in Roll20. I can't do that in D&D Beyond. I know you can make custom actions in D&D Beyond, but they're just a lot more limited.
Yeah, and so I'm playing in a Wednesday game, and we're using some custom items in that. I've started playing around with making custom magical items just to see what's possible. And Beyond, you could make different versions of a weapon or something like that would have different bonuses added to it and switch to them depending on what you have.
Like if you make
going
a custom magic item, but it's a little bit time consuming to do for every little thing.
Very much.
Yeah. I really do like the D&D Beyond character sheets for the most part, but I also like the complete do whatever the heck you want stuff that you can do with the macros over here.
Yeah. Thank me, Lord, for Betha. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, I'm honestly feeling like, I mean, you guys, those they were hitting so hard. Like, I mean, even Beta, she was only just above 50% after that. Those rocks that got slung at her in the very first round.
No one in
Although,
the group uses CC, so I think the healing helps kind of make up for that. Like,
yeah,
I think if
there's no banishing or any type of like getting rid of opponents. You guys just take all the hits head on.
well, honestly,
if they
when
were closer together, I was going to use Hypnotic Pattern.
that's exactly it. I was watching
That
for
too.
them to get close together because I had some tricks up my sleeves as well. And then when two of them did finally get close together, I had to heal. I couldn't use my turns for other stuff. So
Because I think Wisdom is actually their low save. So if you can,
and yet they keep rolling 20.
like that last fight, you took one of them down pretty easily because you just had it kind of stupefied the whole time. It was slowed and it couldn't rage.
Oh, the slows were amazing. But
Yeah.
these guys have been smart. They haven't gotten close enough together for us to be like, okay, now I can use something and affect more than just one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this time there was more of the big ones and they were spread out.
Yeah, that's true. The last fight had some of the normal ones, not all the empowered or enraged or corrupted or whatever these are.
Oh shit, I could use Vortex. My brain just remembered Vortex Warp isn't just for trying to throw your friends to their death.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised that this guy that's in your face, Theo, didn't move off the moonbeam after taking the damage last round. He stayed on it.
If he moves, I'm gonna hit him. He's scared of these fists. They're rated E
Well,
for
he
everyone.
could have moved off it without leaving your range.
Theo's trying to hype himself up because he almost died. But
I'm worried about Beldani. He went down fast. He was like the one that hadn't gotten hit, and then he ran up there to kind of protect Donnie until Donnie got healed, and now Beldani got like smacked around.
oh yeah, Bell's definitely the focus right now of needing help.
Well, I've already used my big ones, my 5s and 6s. I mean, I have plenty of spell slots left, but I've used my big ones.
Yeah, I thought about Vortex Warp, trying to get these giants closer together so AoEs could be used,
But then they have the chance of saving against it.
in its constitution, giants are gonna be
Oh
kind.
God, yeah.
Have you spoken to your other DM recently?
Not since last session. Why?
I just haven't seen him on in like 3 or 4 days now, so...
Has he
Not
missed any
sure.
games?
He did. He missed his Monday game.
Oh, I hope he's okay. Is that Rat or?
Yeah. This is the second time he's missed Monday's game this month, so I'm not sure.
The
what's
first
going
time
on.
was an internet issue. People came to work on his internet and it was down for a bit.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if that happened again.
I can send him a message to check and make sure we're still good for tomorrow.
I mean, if you want, I already sent him a bunch of messages, but he hasn't gotten back to me. You might want to check in on him just to make sure. Hopefully he gets
No.
back on tomorrow.
Fingers crossed. That campaign it's fun.
Yeah.
We had an airship for one session, had a dragon attack us in the airship, losing the airship, fell into some of the plants from Little Shop of Horror, and then had a bunch of fairy husk things attack us. It's been wild. It was cool. We tried stealing an airship. We had some guards come after us. One of them jumped onto our ship trying to get it back. We instantly shoved him off. They instantly turn tail and start going away. We're like, oh yeah, we showed them. Turn around. Giant ass green dragon coming straight for us.
I thought you were going to get a wyvern tonight.
If Donnie wasn't right behind me, I definitely would have tried to snag a wyvern egg. It's either sell it for profit or have the wyvern raise it up and then milk it for venom while giving it belly scratches and stuff.